Hello and welcome to Stretford Paddock. My name is Joe, that is Jay, and for the Newcastle watch-along we are joined by resident Geordie, producer Ethan. How you doing?
Hello everyone, nice to be here.
Kitted up like a young Mike Ashley.
Oh yes, I thought this would suit the part very much so.
It does actually. Are you excited?
Thank you. I am actually.
Oh yeah.
I just love doing this because it means I don't have to work as hard.
No, it's harder actually.
Hang on a minute. On this
that.
side of the camera is where the real hard work goes on.
Yeah.
I don't know what you're on about. This is easy.
Yeah.
This is graft.
Not at all.
Absolutely unbelievable. We've also got Scotty as well over in Stat Corner. How you doing, Scotty?
Very good, very good. I'm looking at Ethan. He's like firing range to throw things at.
Yeah.
Is that allowed in the studio? Are we allowed to do that?
It's a grey area.
It depends just how annoying he gets when
Yeah. When, not met Stephen Alson.
Allegations.
We're in a strange position where I would say maybe for one of the first times in my life, I'm watching Man United play Newcastle at home, and Newcastle might well be favourites.
They are. The bookies' favourites.
How does that feel,
United were 21-10. Newcastle were 19-10, I think.
Okay.
I hate when odds get like that.
I know. I mean, it's silly. Let's just say Newcastle were 2-1. Newcastle were evens and United were 2-1.
And also,
it's like it was close-ish, but not that close in terms of, like you say, Newcastle were the favourites, and that is rare.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? When's the last time that happened at Old Trafford?
Been a while. I think with odds as well, they should just let them have decimal places. You only allowed one decimal point.
Yeah.
So instead of 21-10, just have 2.1
You
to 1.
do get that though, yeah.
1.9 to 1.
That's too much for me to work out when Jay said that. I didn't know what the difference really was there. I just agreed with him.
What you need to know is Newcastle are slight favourites.
Yeah, that's good.
But what does that say about Man United this season?
It says a lot because I don't even think Newcastle, no disrespect, Eve, have been that great this season. I think they've been all right. But it's not like this is sort of peak prime time Newcastle who's smashing teams, and you think, okay, fair enough, like you can understand it because while you are having a good run and have been a lot better the sort of second half of the season, I think, than the first half. I don't think you've been that great. It's just that United have just fell off. We have. And look at the results. I mean, since we beat the Scousers, we beat Sheffield United, and that's it. We drew with Brentford. We lost to Chelsea. Lost to. I can't remember, Arsenal. And drew with Burnley at home. Mm-hmm. These are pretty poor results.
Beat Coventry.
Even that, beat Coventry made it hard work. And even the loss to Chelsea, you think, okay, losing at Stamford Bridge in the end of the world. It is when you go into the 97th minute in the lead. So even the losses have been hard to say. And the drawing at home to Burnley when you take the lead is minging. Yeah. We did take the lead, didn't we, against Burnley? I can't remember anymore.
We certainly took the lead against, was it Brentford, didn't we?
Because again, when leading their 95th minute and we end up drawing. Yeah. And the Coventry game, we beat Coventry, which we should do, but we were 3-0 up and we had to take it to penalties. I mean, it's just been a shambles, hasn't it, Scotty?
Yes, it really has. I'd like to be confident going into this, but I'm really not. I think for me, I've just been focused on the FA Cup final. But you were saying there, United are actually favourites now, 2.75.
Oh, the odds have shifted.
I wonder if that's shifted as a result of the team news coming out, which we'll bring up in just a second. I'm going to go through the team news. We'll get the graphic in a second to go with it, but I'll run through it quickly before we get that up there. So in goal, Onana obviously keeps his place. Then our back four is Casemiro and Evans as your centre-backs. I'm going to start in the centre. Casemiro keeps his place. Johnny Evans keeps his place. We've got Diallo and Wan-Bissaka as well. Unchanged back four. Then the difference is in midfield. I think it's sort of maybe a diamond, or maybe we've got Bruno as a false nine. We'll get into that. But we've got Kobbie Mainoo, Amrabat and Scott McTominay as your central midfielders. Then as your front three, or tip of the diamond and front two, is Garnacho. We've got Ahmad as well, and then Bruno Fernandes. So it remains to be seen exactly how that looks. Will it be
no, Hojlund, sorry.
Hojlund on the bench.
Oh, okay.
So Hojlund has dropped to the bench. So we look to the bench as well. It's a slightly more kind of plump with experience than it has been in recent weeks. So we've got Bayindir, Camboala, Martinez back on the bench as well, Alessandro Martinez, Collier, Ericsson, Anthony, Forson, Rashford back on the bench, and Hojlund dropped to the bench. So on one hand, you can look at Hojlund and say, oh, I wonder why he's dropped. On the other hand, you can say, we've actually got some options here for once. You've got Anthony, you've got Rashford, Ericsson, and Hojlund as well. Forson as well. But those guys are experienced. We could bring on in case things aren't going so well. What do you make of that lineup, Jay? First of all, the starting 11, Hojlund being onto the bench, a couple of people back in the squad as well.
I mean, I kind of get it. He does look a bit goosed at times, Rasmus Hojlund. It's just he's our only striker, isn't he? That's the issue you've got. I mean, he's 21 years old. He's been running to the ground. His form's fallen off a little bit, although I don't blame him completely because he's getting terrible service. Yeah. And he could do with a breather. And with the City game on the horizon as well, you don't want him going into that knackered, because that's obviously the sort of the season-defining game. So it makes sense. It just shows you how weak we are. When you look at the bench, you go, okay, we've got actually a pretty strong bench, but then you think, well, we're missing a striker starting, and we're playing players that have barely played this season. So I get it. I understand why he's done what he's done. And at least if we are chasing this game, we've got options there. You've got Hojlund, you've got Rashford, or even if you wanted to see the game out and you brought on Lisandro Martinez, then there's some decent options there. Where we looked at the bench the other day, and it was just a load of children, wasn't it? Yeah. It was Christian Eriksen, Ali Bayandé,
Christian Eriksen and his kids.
Yeah, it was that. It was just
Christian Eriksen looked like a teacher at like a field trip.
It didn't it?
Yeah.
And that's not. I'm not hating on the youngsters, but it shows you where we're at as a club when you look at the bench and you've got like nearly up the entire bench have 3 Premier League appearances between them. Yeah, that's a massive worry.
Ethan, we'll get to the Newcastle lineup in a second. Just on the United one, first of all, Bruno back. How does that make you feel? And secondly, Hojlund on the bench. How do you feel?
Well, you said just before we went live, Joe, Bruno's back. I think I said something like, for F's sake or something, didn't there? And a big sigh. So I'm not happy he's back. Obviously, he's the one player, I think, from this season where you can go, look, United have been abysmal, but he's the one bit of world-class quality still in there, I think. Who's always been, I know it's not been his best season, but he's still an incredible player.
He's our best player, isn't
he? And he can do something like, when things aren't going your way, he can produce a bit of magic, can't he? Yeah. I think the situation is like, the one bit of fear I've got, I was thinking this, I feel a bit nervy about the front three because he's actually changed it. Ten Hag's just like, it's stuck with the same front three. You've not been really scoring the last few weeks or whatever. Yeah. Him actually going, I'm going to do something about it, just made me think, all right.
Yeah, because it was Anthony, Garnacho and Hojlund quite a bit, wasn't it, when Rashford was injured? I know we've had Ahmad for one game, but it was those three. Wasn't really producing a lot. And now 2 of those 3 are out. Yeah. And you've got Ahmad in for Anthony, and you've got Bruno presumably in for Hojlund. You're going to see something different at least.
Yeah, I think the lack of predictability of it, of who's going to be down the middle and who's going to be switching sides or whatever, makes me go, ooh, I'm not too sure what I'm expecting here, kind of thing. So that'll be interesting to see. And I'm also really looking forward, Joe, to when you tell me the Newcastle news.
I'm going to keep you on your toes for just a second longer. Scotty, Hojlund, what do you think of that decision to drop him?
I agree with Jay in the sense that you don't want him running to the ground, but it's a sort of self-belief thing, and obviously strikers thrive on that. You don't want him going sort of with no morale going into the Wembley game, so we are going to rely on him to get goals, even though we haven't. I'm glad that Amrabat and Ahmad have kept their place in the starting 11. Amrabat's come for stick this season. I thought it was his best game. Probably one of the best players in the pitch for United at the weekend. Fernandes is an interesting one because maybe it's part of his ploy not to pass it to Hojlund to get goals, so then he could take centre forward.
Oh, maybe.
Harsh on Bruno Fernandes there.
You made a point there, Joe, about the subs. We could actually put a 5-a-side team together there, a decent 5. That's not been the case all season, has it really? You could put 5 aside there, and they probably draw with Ethan's lot on a Monday night. But if you're looking at the subs and stuff, I won't bother bringing Martinez on now until.
No, I think you make a good point now. He came on, was it against Brentford, where not only, he had a bit of a stinker for starters when he came on, gave the ball away and then got done by Ivan Toney for the equaliser, and then not long after that he's injured as well. So I completely agree there. I'd rather see him not feature. I do want to see him get some minutes before the cup final, but I'm hoping that's going to be against Brighton.
Well, hopefully, maybe we've got a couple of goals up and we can play him, but even that these days, if we're 2-0 up going into the 90th minute, it's not game over. No. There is no scenario with this team where it's safe to bring someone.
He's like against Coventry, where we're 3-0 up and he made changes with 15 minutes to go. Yeah. And then people in hindsight going, why did he make those changes?
You should be able to rest people against a team that literally aren't in your league, not just metaphorically. Yeah. They actually are not.
Why did he bring on that £80 million player against Coventry when we were only 3-0 up? What was he doing?
Right, you're going to love this, Ethan.
Yeah.
The Newcastle lineup is out.
Right.
Word just in. This is according to Eddie Howe. He's chosen Dubravka in goal.
Okay. It's all right. It's not that bad. That's fine. I did want to see Pope. But
Pope on the bench.
Yeah. Carabao Cup winner, isn't he, Dubravka?
Exactly. Yeah, he is. That's good, actually. For those who don't get the joke, he won it with United against Newcastle. Yeah, he's your boss.
No, not today. I'm not. No, I'm not.
Trippier,
Really?
captain.
Wow. Okay.
Bury's finest.
It's in number order. I just don't get it. I don't get any reason to put it in number order. Gordon.
Yeah.
Isaac.
Oh, good.
Kraft.
Yep. Nice.
Hall.
Yep.
Murphy. Anderson.
Is that it?
No, you've not chosen to go with 8 players. Byrne. Longstaff. Bruno Guimaraes.
Okay.
Do you want to hear the bench?
Sure.
You've got Pope, Dummett, Shah, Joe Linton, Ritchie, Barnes, Almiron, White and Murphy. With the bench as well, looking at that, that's a lot more of a full-strength Newcastle team than I've seen in recent weeks. Now you've got Trippier back, Pope's on the bench, Joe Linton's there, you've got Murphy as well, and Almiron.
Yeah.
You're approaching closer to full strength, aren't you?
There's lots of options there. The worry before the game was Isaac didn't train, I think, yesterday because he was ill.
Right.
So people were worried that he was going to miss out. So him starting's big for us. Gordon as well. And like you said, there's options on the bench with Barnes and Almiron, etc. to change up. I think what could win Newcastle this game is definitely the energy of that front three.
Yeah.
Because I've watched more Manchester United games than Newcastle games this season.
Because you're a United fan?
Because I'm a closet United fan, exactly. Or that I work here.
Oh, yeah.
And what the ridiculous thing that we keep seeing week in, week out, the one thing that I really disagree with Eric Ten Hag, he had that interview the other day with Gary Neville, and he was asked the question about, Neville was like, you do realise that you're conceding all these shots all the time, Eric? And he was like, yeah, I do realise this, which was good. But then he was like, the idea I'm not changing it up is because I want it when the injured players come back in. They come back into this system. They know how to play the system. They come back in, which seemed to me like he didn't really have a plan B, which made me a bit worried about that. So I'm thinking this game, when you've got our front three going in behind Evans and Casemiro or whatever, that's going to cause some problems. Yeah. So hearing that Gordon and Isaac are starting, that's got me tail wagging.
I can see it under the desk. It's at the front though, that's weird. I reckon he's right though, you know. Isaac, Gordon in particular.
Who's the other one?
I can't remember. Show me again. That's why I kept
front
saying,
three. That's that memorable front three.
Murphy.
Murphy.
Jacob Murphy.
In particular though, Isaac and Gordon, I think have been excellent this season. Whenever I've seen them, they've been good.
Nah, I rate Isaac in particular.
We saw Palace 1-on-1 with Evans, with Casemiro, making us look a little bit silly. I think these are, especially Isaac, is a step up in quality on anyone Palace has got. Does that worry you for this game, of those players getting isolated? Maybe United try and hold a bit of possession in the opposition half, balls over the top. We've seen it against, even likes of Forest have scored counter-attacking goals against us this season. Yeah,
it does massively. I think the one thing, I like Johnny Evans. I think he's done really well since he's come back, but he's 36 years old. He's not the quickest. Casemiro, it's not just whether he's got the pace, it's whether he's got the effort. That was the big question after the Arsenal loss. It wasn't just the fact that he looked a bit slow, it's the fact that he looked like he couldn't be bothered. So that is a big worry. I think Amrabat's got to do his bit in midfield to help out, and we've got to see the fullbacks maybe tucking in at times as well and helping out. Because the likes of Gordon and Isaac, they don't just come down through the middle, they can drift out wide and then cut inside. So you need Diallo and Aaron Wan-Bissaka to be on it. You know, we've seen Anthony Gordon cause us problems doing just that earlier on in the season. So it's not just on Evans and Casemiro. Diallo and Wan-Bissaka have got to be on it as well, because I thought Diallo did okay against Arsenal, but I think Wan-Bissaka's he's gone to pot. I don't know what's up with him. I like Aaron Wan-Bissaka and I've stuck up for him a lot on this channel, but I just think the last couple of months in particular, it's probably been his worst spell in a red shirt.
Seems like his head's gone a little bit.
I don't like it. It's not nice to say.
Head's gone, but like a lack of focus.
Yeah, he just doesn't seem himself. He's just, it's, you know, if you look at the performances of Aaron Wan-Bissaka over his United career, I think they've been generally quite good. But I think the last couple of months in particular, how many times have we sat here and gone, what's up with Wan-Bissaka today? Just not quite at the levels that he's been at. I don't know, it might be that he's, you know, he knows he's going in the summer, or he's just not sometimes suited to playing on the left. He doesn't always play on the left, of course. I don't know what it is. Yeah, there was a report, wasn't there, yesterday or today, I think from a couple of sources, neither of which were hugely reliable, but just in terms of getting a bit of momentum, that Wan-Bissaka might be leaving in the summer. Yeah. So maybe he's had a little tickle there, and he knows he's done. Which I'm not excusing it. He shouldn't be. You know, he should always play well. or give you most as much effort as you can. But it can be a distraction if you think this is going to be my last couple of months at the club, whatever.
Just as a little point, there's surely no way Luke Shaw's going to be back for the cup final now, is there? He's not played in 3 months, and the cup final is in 11 days. Oof. Like, how he couldn't be back in time now?
I'd be very, very surprised. Yeah. And that's a shame for him as well, because that probably means he's missing the Euros, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I know the Euros is obviously further down the line, but for him to not play club football for 3 months or whatever, or 4 months, and then go into the Euros, even though he is England's most naturally gifted left back, by some distance for me. I think he's easily England's best left back. He's far better than Ben Chilwell. I don't even know who the others are. I just think he might have missed out. Yeah, to be honest with you, I think he has missed out.
We've got a couple of super chats. Benjamin Matthias, thank you very much for your super chat. Says these 3 are the best Sloppy Joes lineup. Oops.
Oh wow!
Wow, that's shade on Joe McGrath there, isn't it?
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? But that's funny. That's exactly what you were saying off camera, isn't it?
Yeah, it was.
Mishugaho 7. Oh God.
Mishugaho 7.
Yeah.
Is it mine?
No, it's not yours.
Oh, sorry.
It's mine.
Oh.
Says tenor. This is with a tenor as well. Thank you. The super chat says tenor towards Ethan getting a new trumpet. Get that grade 1 and make us all proud. Do you know Ethan did trumpet for 10 years and didn't even get grade 1?
Oh, 7 years.
I think
7 years.
He mentioned this the other day on the when we were filming something.
Yeah.
I don't know what grade 1 means, but I'm guessing that's the basic, like, is that like yellow belt, white belt in karate? Yeah, it's just like...
Sorry, are you well versed in karate?
No, I'm not. I don't even know the belts in karate. I don't know why I use that example. I literally chose one thing I don't know anything about to use as an example, and then when I got there, I thought, I don't know the answer to that either. So, sorry. So, grade 1, is it difficult to get to grade 1? Because I don't know how... 10 years to not get to grade 1 sounds horrific, but I don't know.
Oh yeah,
is that like having 10 years of driving lessons and still not being able to drive?
Which he did as well, by the way.
Yeah,
I didn't mean to do that. I realised when I said that was a touchy subject.
But I passed first time.
Well done.
In automatic. But yes,
advanced go-karting, as someone said.
Gran Turismo, the PlayStation.
It was the same with the saxophone.
We did that as well.
I was doing that for 3 or 4 years, and it got to the point where
you've had more brass in your mouth than he has.
Oh yes! And
Wow! That's quite good. That. Do you know what I love about that? I saw his eyes twinkle when he thought of that. How proud he was of himself, because he had a little smirk to himself. I've got a corker here.
I can't wait to say it.
And he could that's what.
And it's not even true. Either.
I've not done brass
for
only 2 weeks. I'm not even commenting. I keep got to say something. I think that's going to make it sound worse. So I'm not saying anything about me and brass.
So how come you never got a grade 1 though? We need to hurry up here, because obviously.
Why?
Because it's not football, is it?
Oh no,
go on. It's all right. Well, just turn the show into Sloppy Joes and talk about me having brass.
The saxophone I played for a few years, and I got in trouble from Mr. Cowie, my teacher, who also used to play the saxophone with Nobby Solano back to football.
Really?
And
that's not a euphemism, is it?
Oh no.
Okay, good.
And the reed on the saxophone.
Winston Reed?
No, sorry, Joe. Just the wooden reed which you were to blow into got mouldy because of saliva over time, and I was just blowing on a mouldy reed for quite some time. And on the trumpet situation, I just didn't practice, and they were upset with me. I remember one time I went in and I wrote a song to try and win back my music teacher because of the lack of effort, and it was just a shit song.
Can you remember the song?
No, it was
did it have lyrics, or was it just a instrumental?
Trying to sing and play.
Oh yeah, that's it. Yeah, I thought you might have got someone to sing the song while you played along.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm not that fucking
I'm
dick.
the idiot. You're right. Yeah.
Some sort of trumpet ventriloquist. I'm going to sing and play the trumpet at the same time because I'm a miracle of music.
So you never made it. Fair enough. Right, let's move on then. Big news tonight, actually. Genuinely big news in the footballing world. Breaking about an hour or so ago. Premier League clubs will vote on whether to scrap VAR from next season at their annual general meeting next month. Wolves have formally submitted a resolution to the Premier League, which will trigger a vote when the 20 member clubs meet on June the 6th. The club has said that VAR was introduced in good faith, but has led to numerous unintended negative consequences that are damaging the relationship between fans and football. The price we are paying for a small increase in accuracy is at odds with the spirit of our game, a Wolves statement read. The Premier League acknowledge acknowledges the concerns about VAR, but fully supports the technology and will continue to work with the referees body PGMOL to make improvements. They would require 14 of the 20 clubs, a 2/3 majority, to vote in favour. We've got a poll in the chat as well whether you think they should scrap VAR in its entirety. Cheers for putting that in, Ollie. I'll start with you, Jay. Let's just say, assume that you're a Premier League club. You're going into that vote on the 6th of June. What are you saying? Get rid or keep it?
Get rid, man. You know my thoughts. I've been saying this since it arrived. I get that we are maybe getting more accuracy, but at the expense of what? We're not celebrating like we used to. Like, never. The amount of times you've not celebrated when I've been next to you because you're waiting for something, and sometimes you're right, there is an offside or whatever, and sometimes you're wrong, and I'm not having to dig at you, because we've all done it. I did it the first time VAR came in, I remember against Chelsea at Old Trafford, and I didn't celebrate, I think it was Marcus's goal, because I was convinced, I was waiting for VAR because I've been sort of ingrained with it, even though it was only that brief time. I was like, oh, there's going to be a VAR check now, and it was wrong, and it's just killing celebrations. We're seeing taking too long. I know they're bringing in automated stuff as well, and also I can forgive it if a referee doesn't spot something or a linesman makes a split-second decision, but we're still seeing decisions from VAR that are debatable. Yeah. That are, is that right? Is that wrong? Look at the 2 Casemiro red cards. Does anyone seriously think those were red cards last season? I don't mean the Galatasaray one this season. I mean the Southampton, the Crystal Palace one. No. And then what do? You compare those decisions to every other decision you've seen with VAR. The Romero handball against Spurs, was that right? No. What's going on there? Why are some decisions not going to VAR when they should? Yeah. And even when they are going to VAR, we're still not getting the VAR. Sorry, we're still not getting the right decision. And I've seen it as well with people mocking fans at the game on the phones. A lot of the time, fans at the game are checking to see what exactly VAR are looking at. I was at the Manchester derby, where, again, another pathetic decision. Rasmus Hojlund adjusts to have fouled Rodri for that penalty, barely touches him, goes to VAR. Literally everyone in the stadium is like, hey, VAR potential penalty. For what? Yeah. Like, no one knew. Not one person who stood around me went, oh, it was Hojlund on Rodri. And then we're all on our phones, or a lot of people on the phones looking. That's not what it's about, man. I'm not just talking about match goals, whether you're not at the game or you are. It's just spoiling it. It's just ruining it. And yes, you might get a little bit more accuracy, but it's taking ages to get there, and it's ruining celebrations in the name of it. Just get rid. We tried it. We've given it enough time now. And also, you know, people say, oh, well, you wouldn't say that of United. Listen, if we'd have had VAR in 2010, we'd have an extra title. We'd have had VAR in 2009, we might have had a better chance in that Champions League final because Darren Fletcher wouldn't have been sent off against Arsenal. But we didn't, and I can stomach that. I can stomach bad decisions that go against me because I know it's a cliche, but it does kind of even it out, and it's human nature. But when it's taking 10 minutes and you're still getting the wrong decision when you've had 4 refs and videos looking at it, I can't stomach that. So get rid of it. We tried it, it didn't work.
Yeah, I completely agree. What do you reckon? Are you more of a fan of it?
Well, I'm not a fan of VAR. It needs to be improved, but I'm going to vote to keep it, right? Because I think they will. And I've just thought of a suggestion here, because I think the main thing we hate about VAR is that it spoils goals. Yeah. What if there was a rule, right, for next season where they get the semi-automated offsides in? That's a thing, but for goals, they can only do an offside check. The on-field decision, if there was like a foul in the build-up, whatever, is ignored. We go with the referee's decision on the pitch. The only check that can take place is an automated offside.
The semi-automated offside.
So you've not got 5 minutes of waiting for drawing lines. It's like UEFA. It's quick. They do the graphic or whatever. We're not worried about did the ball go out of play. We're not worried if there was a foul in the build-up. We're not worried about a hand if it hit someone's arm when they put the ball in the net. That's the on-field decision. The only thing that should get checked, I think, should be an automated offside. And I could stomach that then because it'll be quicker. There might even be goals where when you've got a shot from distance or whatever, or where it's not obvious offside, like you can celebrate that or whatever. But I feel that would make it fair still and keep things going, and you can celebrate more goals.
I actually think that's a decent shout, to be honest. I think get rid of it, but I think what they should do instead is obviously like the when the technology is good and it works, then no one complains. No, I've never seen one person say we need to get rid of the goal line technology. Everyone's happy with the goal line technology. Like as far as it's good. Yeah. It works. It made one mistake once in that Sheffield United Villa game, whatever it was.
Ireland, yeah.
Yeah, one time in hundreds or thousands or whatever times of using it, it's got it wrong. Like that's brilliant. But I think that people always say, "Oh, it's not the VAR that's the problem; it's the people using it." But VAR. by its very nature, is video-assisted referee. There's still a referee there. You can't take away the human error of VAR because VAR relies on a human to work. Yeah. So it wants people to say, oh, it's not the VAR, it's the refs. Well, the refs are... The third letter in that is referee. Yeah. Like, I agree with you. Once you take the ref out of it, once it's automatic, so those offsides are pretty much automatic, aren't they? The cameras do it for you. The goal line technology is automatic. There's not a bloke there with a ruler checking. Yeah. Once it's automatic, then bring it in. If somehow they can find a way to automatically AI work out if something's a foul or not, I don't know how that would work, but if they can, then you can bring that in. Yeah. If there's one about handballs and they can do that accurately with sensors on balls or in kits or whatever, then you can bring that in. But this thing of like you said, you can just go back 2 or 3 minutes ago to a foul that happened at another part of the pitch that the ref didn't even think was a foul to cancel a goal out is just obscene. Yeah. So whilst the refs are still involved, whilst it's a video assisted referee, get rid and then bring stuff in when we don't have to have the ref involved anymore and it's just video referee.
Sorry, Drew. The one the other day, I don't know if you referenced it before, it was the Wolves scored, I think it was Hwang or whatever. It was a cross from the right side and it came in and they scored and everyone thought that was completely fine. And then they reviewed it and it was like some player off the ball or whatever shoved someone over or something and it was like, what? For that? Yeah. Like, I feel with a rule in place where we're not looking at that anymore, just forget all of that. Just do the offside check and it's fine. Like, a moment like that, a ball's coming in, across, a header down, that should just be a goal. You're probably not even worried about an offside. Hwang was way onside. Yeah. So you can properly enjoy that. So it's going to cancel out so many more of those moments when you're just waiting for that goal. I just think it would... That's the moment we love, isn't it? It's the goal bit we're upset about, not the rest of it.
I quite like that.
Yeah. Sorry, it's Andy Cole, Wayne Rooney and Roy Keane on Sky Sports panel. Just making me sad, actually. Every single one of them would make this team so much better now. We had them in the prime. Absolute legends, all three of them. But I wanted to see, they've obviously been talking about different things in VR. So I just did a search on Twitter to see if I could see what they've been saying. And this came up. This is from some guy on Twitter. He said, at Sky Sports, can you get any more biased? Judas Cole, Rooney and Wanker Keane talking the normal Manx shite and not one from Manchester, just like their fans. Sort yourselves out. Disgrace. I love that. Judas Cole. I did see that one of the quotes, and I can't tell you which one it's from either Roy Keane, Andy Cole or Wayne Rooney, is talking about taking the enjoyment out of the game when it comes to VAR. Yeah. So I think there will always be that element of an argument, but I get what you're saying as well, Ethan. I just find that the sort of catch-22 a lot of times, and we'll get your thoughts on this as well, Scotty, is that I think it was one of your games actually, Eve, where was it Raul Jimenez and Nick Pope?
Yeah.
Where it's right in front of the ref. Nick Pope has wiped out Jimenez.
It was a pen.
A penalty is shows days long. The referee sees it, doesn't give it. VAR doesn't give it. And I think, as a referee thinking, if it is, VAR will tell me. And VAR are thinking, well, the referee won't give it, so we're not getting involved. I think sometimes you get them sort of catch-22s, which does concern me. Sorry, Scotty, go on.
For me, it was sold on the understanding that it was going to remove any human error. Yeah. That's how it was sold to fans. So we thought, all right, well, if that's going to be the case, then we're all sick of referees making the mistakes. If that's gone, then fine. We just seem to be making more human errors the other side of the, somewhere else that's making the decisions. So you wouldn't buy a car if it only worked twice a week. Do you know what I mean? If they can get it to work perfectly, then fine. But for me, I actually missed the human element. That was always a conversation in the pub. Was it offside? Was it not offside? Yeah. Was it a sending off? Was it a foul or whatever? So I missed that side of it. And I'd be all right if we just there was a few results. They don't go our way anyway. Garnacho this year when we've got VAR. So you're still having the same conversations, aren't you? Yeah. Can you imagine? We would have lost the Coventry game though, I imagine, this year.
Yeah, we probably would have. But there's, like you said, there's so many other games and so many other things, and sometimes you lose games because...
Did the ref give the penalty for them?
For what?
Against Coventry. Was that VAR? Was that penalty?
I don't remember.
No, it was the offside.
You mean the offside goal?
No, but I know, but did VAR give the penalty to them? Yeah. Or was it the ref?
I don't remember.
Right.
Yeah, I can't remember. But, yeah, I can stomach...
Because that was my point. Like, did VAR...
It was Wan-Bissaka, wasn't it?
Yeah, was that straight away? Was the ref? I can't remember because I was too busy shouting.
But yeah, I can stomach human error like you, Scott. I understand why human error happens because I'm a human and I make errors and everyone makes errors. But the idea that there's one human seeing it real time, who most of the time gets it right, let's be honest. Like would say more than 80% of the time, the ref do make the right decision. Then you've got 3 more humans with 2 minutes of replays, slowdowns, this, that, and the others. And the other thing that is an absolute farce about VAR is the whole going to the screen thing. Because in the whole time I've seen VAR, there's been like 2 times the ref's gone to the screen and disagreed with the truck. Like, what is the point? It's literally just show pantomime theatre. The ref goes over to the screen, he goes, yes, you're right, and he gives it. If it's such a blatant and obvious thing, they could just tell him in his ear or her ear, you've made a mistake, overturn it. This whole, we think you've made a mistake, but you need to go and check it. No, they never overturn it. It's literally pointless.
Well, a good point there when you say it's a bit like for show, because I remember, Jared Gillett, the Australian referee who's now in the Premier League.
Yeah.
When they put the microphone on him, they did it in the A-League just so people could get an idea what's going on. I remember him saying the words when he was talking to the VR. He said, "Okay, I'm going to go over to the screen just to sell it." So it's like it's for the reason, I think, of to show the refs in control or whatever, or the refs taking on board stuff, so that the fans can kind of like I think it's an idea of to show the refs still an authority kind of thing. Yeah, like it's his call.
It was Porto was the other game I was trying to think of, the offside against Scholes there, which was the worst offside of it. But again, like the bad decisions, but you can understand them. It's when it's like you say, you've had 5 minutes of watching it on replay in slow mo.
Do you know which country doesn't have VAR in their league in Europe? Which one?
In their league in Europe? No, I don't.
Hazard a guess?
Latvia.
They're famous for making stuff that you can build.
Germany.
Nope.
Annoying
stuff that you can build.
Danish.
They never fix. It looks great in the black, blue and yellow.
Denmark.
Still. Nope.
Oh, Sweden.
Yeah, Sweden.
IKEA.
Yeah, they're the only league in Europe.
No
they never had it because when it was announced.
See, you were doing so well with the brass joke, and then you just wrecked it with the IKEA one.
I don't think it heard because me and Scott were talking at the same time. Carry on.
All the clubs protested and fans protested against it, and whoever the FAR in Sweden said, "Okay, we'll listen to the fans." Wouldn't that be nice?
I know. I watched a handful of Championship games toward the end of the season. I watched, I think, 3 Ipswich games. I watched the Leeds game, one of the Leeds games leading up to the end of the season, just to see what was going on there because I was keeping an eye on McKenna. And it was so refreshing not having to worry about VAR. Like, it was so nice.
Yeah.
You just watch the game. If the goal goes in, it's a goal. It's just
like it used to be.
It's just great. It's like it's relaxing to watch.
The only good thing about VAR for me, well, there's 2 good things. There's the penalty against Paris, in Paris, sorry.
Yeah.
And the one where they got it wrong for the Scousers, which was hilarious.
That's always good. If we could keep it for that.
Yeah. When it went, actually, it was a bit of a miscommunication. And the Liverpool was like, we need to replay the game against Spurs.
Oh, that was brilliant. Can you imagine if it does get...
Sorry, producer Ollie. Give me daggers there. See them daggers there? My God. Hey.
If he did get banned and then the following season... Fans would have some sort of like post-traumatic VAR disorder, wouldn't they? Because you'd celebrate and then you'd look round straight away. Is it all right?
Like you're doing the exec boxes, isn't it? Old Trafford,
everyone's look Is it allowed?
The screen there. Hey, what's going on?
You'd still think, oh my God, it's happening, and then it's not. Yeah. But also, United's still playing games sometimes where there's no VAR. If you're playing a cup game against a lower league,
have they got it in the Europa Conference?
We're not in it. So.
Well, actually, we're not even making that, so we don't need to worry.
But also, I do also think I've never been a fan of rules that either don't affect all of football or affect different people differently at different times.
Yeah,
like I've always hated the idea that you're allowed to handball it unless you're the goal scorer, because either handball is against the rules or not. You being the goal scorer is inconsequential to a rule. That's ridiculous. But if I handball it and pass it to you and you score, that's okay. But if I pass it to you and you handball it and it goes in, that's not. Even though a handball has happened, a pass has happened, and a goal has happened, the order makes one illegal and one legal. Like stuff like that is just always ridiculous to me. That
it is. I completely agree, and there's so many issues with it and about the fairness of it and the way they do it. It's just. It is a little bit infuriating. Sorry, I was slightly distracted then. It just brought up a stat there. I see Bruno warming up, doing the pre-match warm-up, and it was just showing, I think it's 94 goal involvements in the Premier League in 157 games.
Crap.
Yeah, exactly. He's genuinely the only player I've seen in the last...
Reid Van Nistelrooy style numbers, isn't it?
Yeah. He's the only player I've seen in the last 10 years, or that we've signed in the last 10 years for United, that would get into pretty much any squad of any United team I've watched. I'm not saying he'd start every week ahead of Keenan's goals, but he would have made appearances in '99. Definitely, he'd have been playing a lot of games in 2000.
Jordi Cruyff and Jesper Blomqvist were making appearances in '99.
But he would have been a big part of the squad.
Featured. Tom Cleverley's got a winners medal. Players, a Premier League winners medal. Players in the Fergie era, they were good players, but Bruno Fernandes was better than some of the squad players we had around that time, and his numbers speak for themselves. And I think it's no coincidence that when you see other players, elite players being interviewed, like De Bruyne was being interviewed once, and he said, asked to name the best midfielders, and he said Bruno Fernandes.
Yeah.
They just recognise that he is a talent, and I think the last few games he's missed has highlighted that, especially because it coincided with that. I think it was a bit of miscommunication, misinterpretation on it with the interview he gave about him potentially leaving.
And everyone jumped on it.
It wasn't quite accurate. But that was just a bit of a reminder, because then you think, imagine if we did lose him. Yeah. How bad we've been. Take him out of the equation, and it'd be, you'd be relegation fodder.
He's the only player. I mean, I think Sancho was brought in to do it, but obviously it's not worked out like that. I think Eriksen's got it, but he's past his best.
Yeah.
Bruno's the only player in our sort of starting 11 when everyone's fit who is creatively excellent. I think Rashford can turn up with 10 assists a season because he's in and amongst those areas, and his pace and his sort of directness gets him nearby. But Bruno's the only one who can cut a defence apart in our whole squad. Do you know what I mean? I think if we lost that, we'd lose so much. Look at City. They've got 3 or 4 people who can do that. Bernardo Silva can do it. Obviously, De Bruyne is one of the best that's ever done it. Grealish at times can do it, although not quite. But they've got people who can play balls through, put people in behind. Foden's great at it. We've got Bruno, and that's kind of it.
Yeah.
And I think if we lost him, we'd need 2 players to replace him. Maybe Mason Mount can do it. We've not seen enough, but I think he's our only truly creative player in the whole squad. That's a bit of a worry to me.
Yeah, it is a worry. But there's so many things I like about Bruno, and I think he does. Listen, he's not perfect. No one's saying he is, but he does get. I think he gets a little bit of bad rap. And even going back, when he first arrived, he was banging in goals and assists. He had that massive. Can't even call it a purple patch, because it went on for about 18 months where he just couldn't stop scoring and getting assists. And then even then you had people saying he's overrated. He's not what he thinks. Remember when Donny van de Beek came in and some people were saying drop Bruno for him. It's just madness. Some of the criticism he gets. Some of it is just unreal.
Yeah, and like Joe was saying there, other teams and they've got a luxury of creative players, like the likes of Man City. The whole of the weight of Manchester United scoring goals is relied on him, whether it's him scoring them or setting them up. I don't think Kevin De Bruyne would get them numbers in Manchester United. And that's not nothing against Kevin De Bruyne, but I think as a sort of, the sort of captain ability of Bruno Fernandes is carrying this Manchester United team. One midfielder I wanted to get your take on, but he's not playing midfield tonight, is the super central defender that we wish he was, is Casemiro. Roy Keane said, I think it's a huge problem. Ten Hag said Casemiro's done okay. No, he's cost them all goals and big goals, and all the best tonight, Casemiro, but he thinks he's under huge pressure. What do you think of this with Casemiro?
I think Roy Keane's right, and he's cost us a lot of goals in the last few games. You can't really deny it, can you? Casemiro's made mistakes that have led to multiple goals since he started playing centre back, and he's not a centre back, and maybe it's understandable that he's not the best centre back in the world, but he's literally costing us goals and points at the minute. So you've got to address that.
I do have a little bit of sympathy with Casemiro in the sense that he's playing out of position. He's 32. Yeah. It's not easy going into the Premier League and then being asked to play in a different position. But it's not just these last couple of games where Casemiro has struggled. There's also, he struggled for me. Since he's arrived, Casemiro, he's had good spells and bad spells. People sort of rewrite history about his first season. Even his first season, there was some games where he wasn't quite at it. It took him a little while to get going. Then when he got those red cards that I mentioned earlier, when he came back from them red cards, he wasn't quite at it. There was a few games where he's like, what's up with Casemiro? But when he was good, and you'll know this better than anyone, the Carabao Cup final, for example, unplayable. Yeah. Dominating a game. Just mint on the stage you want him to, helping us get a trophy. So it's been a real mixed bag. And now he just looks like he's done. Ronnie Ronaldo Brown on the Paddock podcast mentioned it the other day, and it almost does feel like he's sort of checked out a bit. Like that goal against Arsenal, just not pushing out, just walking. There's no excuses there. Whether you're Casemiro or you're you.
Yeah.
Anyone knows that. He didn't do it. There's a sort of big question about whether he's going to go to Saudi in the summer. And I genuinely think it'd be best if he did.
Is it not confusing them why he's starting tonight, given them mistakes and him not being a central defender, and we've got Big Willie on the sub?
Somewhat, yeah. I would have preferred. I said this on Saturday, and I'll still say it now. Was it Saturday we played or Sunday?
You prefer Big Willie?
I prefer Big Willie.
Yeah. You've said that most Saturdays since we met.
I've said it most days since we met. I prefer our Big Willie rather than my little one. I'm only joking. I'm happy with my little one. I would have started. I would have started Kambwala, but the manager obviously prefers Casemiro for his experience and thinks that him and Evans can do a job together. Also with Kambwala, whilst I prefer playing a youngster in his natural position than a senior pro or an experienced pro out of position, the manager might look at it and go, look, he's had, 3 starts, Kambwala, he's done well in 2 of them, one of them was a bit of a stinker. He's not 100% match fit, maybe, I don't know, maybe he's just looking at it going, I'm not going to throw him in against the likes of Isaac and Anthony, I'm better off with Casemiro. So
I don't think so.
I don't agree with that.
What do you think, Ethan? Because obviously you watch most United games because you're here working, but you're not a United fan, so you have that kind of the knowledge of someone who watches us all the time, but without that kind of emotional attachment. You, from the outside looking in, what do you think of the Casemiro situation?
Well, today when I saw he was starting, my eyes lit up. I was chuffed to hear that because he's been terrible. There's been so many. I mean, just looking at the game previously, I thought it was unforgivable what he did against Arsenal. I know, like Ten Hag said in his post-match, was like these little moments can cost you big. I don't think it was a little moment. He just switched off. He just wasn't thinking. He was just wandering around. And then even when the ball went wide and it came back across, he was still like, I don't know where I am. Yeah. Crystal Palace was one of the worst performances I've seen from like a Premier League defender. He was shocking. Like, he was all over the place.
I don't even think that's so. I get why you're saying that. He was terrible. And the thing is, last season, there was a couple of times where there was once in the Nou Camp where he got himself in a bit of trouble and he sprinted and got the ball. He won the ball to sort of, he got caught out and he ended up getting himself out of trouble, winning the ball back. How often do you see him doing that now? Has he still got it in him to sprint? And you were mentioning you watched the Ajax Real Madrid game and you were sort of surprised because you kept seeing Casemiro sprint because you don't see him doing that this often anymore. And you don't. No. And I don't know whether that's he can't be bothered or he hasn't physically got it in him anymore. Yeah, because he's not I'm not saying he's fat, but he's a big built guy. Yeah. 32 years old. He's not like a Fernandinho type or an Ashley Young. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Some
body
players like Ryan Giggs to 40 was now on
Modric or whatever.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? So maybe it is just catching up with him a little bit.
How much would you get from Saudi Arabia?
There's talk of 25 million though. I think the thing with Saudi Arabia as well, it's not just your ability, it's your name.
Yeah,
I think
the
brand is you're getting a 5-time Champions League winner. Yeah. Potentially you're going to have half the Real Madrid team that won. Was it 2 or 3 in a row? 3 in a row. Like half of them over there. Yeah. That's big for their brand, innit? So they're probably not asked how good he is.
If he's going to struggle running in the rain in Manchester, though, imagine him trying to get around the pitch at 120 degrees.
Do you remember Anderson when he was having gas and air? When he was at high altitude when we sold him, he was sat on the bench having an oxygen mask because he was knackered and it was high altitude. There might be that scenario, I don't know, but it says a lot, doesn't it, when it's not even at times a team, it's just Saudi. Yeah. Like, well, who?
What is it? I mean, the whole league is owned by the royal family, isn't it?
Yeah,
but
I think so.
I think 4 of the teams in particular are like, that's why they kind of get the big players kind of get shared out. Yeah, because they're all owned by the same people. So it's sort of like who needs one to make the league so we can have big rivalries. So Neymar has one, Benzema has one, Ronaldo has one. We'll get Messi on one if we could, all that stuff. So I think it is literally Saudi, and then at some point closer to the deal, we'll find out which club it is because the big clubs are owned by the same people.
I think Prem clubs could be quite grateful for the Saudi League, and I'm not saying this because I'm a Newcastle fan, but in the sense,
do you know what I mean?
It's tell you what,
it's
45 minutes.
The Premier League is so much better thanks to the Saudi owners. No. They've made football, if not life, better for all of us.
Exactly. Fly Saudi Airways.
But what I'm trying to say is, if you look at Chelsea,
no sports washing on this channel unless they offer us money. In which case,
I'm sorted. Yeah, we love you, Saudi. No. Sure. Sorry. Just got carried away there. I feel like you look at Chelsea, And I know their rebuild's been nothing short of a disaster. I mean, in 2-3 years, it might have been like, oh, these young players are brilliant. But they flogged an awful lot of players to that league for decent fees. And without that, Chelsea would be knackered from FFP. Yeah. If United could sell someone as terrible, sorry, I don't want to be disrespectful, as washed, can I say that true?
I mean, that's better, isn't it?
Yeah,
washed is best, maybe.
Oh, yeah.
Washed, dusty ballers.
Past it as Casemiro for 25 mil still, I'd be willing to pay his, 300 grand a week or whatever he's on.
They'll probably triple that.
Oh, yeah. It's like, it wasn't a good, listen, when Casemiro first came, it was like, all right, you know what, you might get 2 or 3 years out of him here for 60 million. If Casemiro even, I don't know what you want to achieve in these few years with Ten Hag. I mean, you said eras were there, be broken or whatever, maybe win a Premier League, it would have been worth it. Of course it would have been. But one good season, one terrible season. If he goes for 25 mil, what's that? A 35 mil net loss for one good year?
Yeah.
I think you should be grateful if the Saudis come in and give you something for him.
We're the only club, I think, in the Premier League, though, that actually sold to Saudi at a loss. With Alex Tellez.
Yeah.
I think we took a hit on that.
A new record.
Yeah, like everyone's selling their players to Saudi, getting silly money, and we were like, we bought him for 10, we'll sell him for 3.
I mean, yeah.
Or whatever it was.
You could see, and obviously Casemiro's a bit different because he's got that weight of reputation and he's done so much and he has been world class for so many years. But you look at where Donny van der Beek's career is now. Like, one more season of Casemiro playing like this, maybe he goes on loan, maybe he's just on the bench, whatever, because we need central midfielders. You might get 5 million for him.
Is there any part of you, Joe, that feels like this is just a slump? That he's going to come out of this?
I think
is there any part of you that feels like, do you know what? He's still, in terms of talent, one of the best defensive midfielders we've ever seen. If he got himself, maybe, and I'm not trying to be, hating on the kid, if he lost a bit of weight or whatever, got into the gym, trained in the summer, had a good pre-season.
You've mentioned his weight about 4 times. And every time said, I'm not calling.
I know. I don't want to be like,
but
I'm just making it always about his weight.
On it.
I'm trying to say, is there a way for him to get back to the Casemiro we bought?
No, he'll never get back to the play we bought.
Okay.
He could be better than he's been this season because we're not just seeing a Casemiro who's physically past his best. We're also seeing one that is mentally all over the place.
Yeah.
Like, just because you're a top player doesn't mean you can lose confidence and lose your head a little bit. I think Cristiano Ronaldo lost his head a bit at United in his second season. Some of the misses, and some of the
was it away at Sheriff when it was literally like the whole team was geared towards giving him the ball to get a goal.
Garnacho kept crossing it to him.
Diallo was like laying it on a plate for him and hit the post.
Yeah, like we've seen it from players like Ronaldo. I think Casemiro has probably got no confidence, is really struggling. And I think we could see a better version of that. Better players behind him again. A partnership, it won't be the same, obviously, but with the quality of Martinez and Varane from last season, you could maybe see Casemiro turn it around a bit. But he's not going to be. He's never going to be the player that we bought again, and he's never going to be even remotely the player that he was at Real Madrid. So I think if you can, like you said, Ethan, get 25 million for him or somewhere in that ballpark, put that towards a 23-year-old who, can be building, not even just here for 10 years, because no one ever is, but be sold in 4 years for not a loss. I think that's preferable.
It's such a shame that he's not a couple of years younger, because I think a midfield of him, Bruno, Mainoo, a peak Casemiro would be perfect.
Amazing.
I think
25-year-old Casemiro in there.
That would be ideal, because for me, Mainoo's not a 6, and I think that would work perfectly. I think he could work alongside Casemiro just in front of him. But at the minute what we're doing is Mainoo's all on his own at times in midfield, and it's shocking. That's why I'm actually I agree with Scotty what he said about Amrabat and his performances recently, and I'm glad Amrabat's in today, because ideally I think Mainoo could do the breather. I think he looks a bit goosed. Yeah,
you kind of hope though with Casemiro and like Varane's gone now that these are the end, the drips and drabs of the Glazer era. Buying sort of Galacticos that Well, Varane was only 28, but he had the legs of a 67-year-old. They couldn't play. So we hope that these are the end of days. Casemiro at 32, what ambition do you have? He doesn't want to play European Conference League football. He doesn't want that next to his Champions League, does he?
No, you're right. You can't if you're him. Can you be bothered? Like, is that a motivation for you? Like, if I play a bit better,
Saudi Arabia.
Yeah, I mean, you should always want to play well for United, but if you're sort of the carrot that's being offered you, if, we win this game, we could make the Europa Conference, guys. Yeah. You gotta be thinking, fuck off.
He was saying it to make a point about how brilliant City are, so maybe we can take it with a bit of a pinch of salt. But Micah Richards last night was talking about after he'd won the Premier League, and he was hardly a star of
He dines out on that, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
He said that he felt like I've done it. I've done the thing I've always wanted to achieve, and that he never quite had that same fire afterwards. Let alone you've won 3 Champions Leagues in a row, 5 Champions Leagues in total, 4 La Ligas. You've then left that club, who are back to being probably up with City as the best club in Europe again. You're playing for a team that hasn't won a title in 10 years, who isn't even in the Champions League, will not win a Premier League by the time you retire. What could you... I'm not even having a go at Casemiro, but how could you feel properly motivated in that environment? There's just no way you could, compared to how he was 4 or 5 years ago. Forget his legs. His head can't be in it the same way it would have been at Real Madrid. And I don't even blame him. Like, the situations are so different. Like, any human being would be like, this isn't the peak of my career.
Also,
how can I pay full respect to it?
Maybe I'm looking into it too much as well, but him and Fred seem to get on quite well, quite close. Fred leaves. That's probably a bit of a... I know you're still not over that one, are you, Scotty?
Made no sense.
No. But it's not like he had loads of Brazilian mates in the squad, and then the one that he's played a lot of games with for Brazil and he's quite close to, and they seem to get on whenever we saw him chatting on the pitch or whatever, and from what we hear from reporters. He leaves. That's a bit of a blow. Your body's letting you down physically. You're injured all the time. You've got ridiculous red cards against you for challenges that other players don't get red cards. I mean, it all adds up, doesn't it? Everything you look at. I think he's just been dropped from the Brazil squad as well, which, again, psychologically...
He was captain about 3 months ago.
You're not getting in what is, if we're being brutally honest, a bang average Brazil squad.
That's a midfield that's got players from West Ham.
Yeah,
Villa,
it's not vintage, is it? They've got some good players. They've got some
good players, but...
Yeah, you're right. It's not... This isn't sort of 2002 Brazil, full of absolute worldies. So I think all these little things are just going to add up. Like you saying, Joe, the motivational thing, just not feeling great, being in a team that's not doing well, and your body's not up to the job anymore.
And I tell you what, when you replace Casemiro, we'll all be going for the same players on Dan Ashworth's computer, won't we?
Oh, that's true, yeah. You've already been given that dirty little PDF that he's going to be dragging over to Old Trafford, haven't you?
Yeah.
That's a good point, actually. I wonder how many of your transfer targets he's going to try and get for United now.
Same. Well, already we saw with... I mean, all the transfer news at the minute is probably a load of rubbish that's going around, as most of the time is. You have to find the ones that are actually accurate. But the first one that's came out, which seems reasonable, is Tossin, or I'm going to struggle saying his surname, Adebayo or something from Fulham.
Forgive me.
Yeah. He's on a free, and both already it's Man United and Newcastle going up against each other. It's like, of course it is. Of course, Dan Ashworth said, yeah, go on, you should go get him as well.
Yeah. I get your point, but I don't think you need Dan Ashworth to tell you about a free transfer from a Premier League club.
No, but I
think everyone's on that one.
But it's already one from one.
Him as well, didn't he, as a kid? I think Wilcox is probably more the connection.
Yeah. But I get your point, because we keep hearing these different stories, don't we, from like this Newcastle and sort of Man United fallout, if you will, over Ashworth. Like, Newcastle wanted 20 million quid for him. They want him not to sign anyone, like you were saying, that's in his dossier or on his list. They want him not to start till the end of the transfer window. There's loads of things going on where obviously you can see Newcastle are fuming that he's going, and they're, as you'd expect them to, playing hardball, and United are having none of it. But I think, is it going to go to the court now? Is it the court are going to have to get involved?
Oh, yes.
Some sort of mediation.
Newcastle getting used to going to court when they get absolutely man-citted in about 6 years with all hundreds and thousands of FFP charges. Get those lawyers turning over already you can start defending yourselves. We've got a few super chats. Max Moran, who's a new member, thank you very much for joining.
Thank you.
I'll name this podcast later. So has gifted 1 Stretford Paddock membership. Thank you very much. AD made a member for 8 months. What we lost with VAR is the ability to debate, argue, elation, anger. VAR has sterilised the game and put the business of football ahead of the fans. Glenn F says, hello to Reds everywhere. Let's be fucking having it. Up the Reds, up the Paddock. Ten Hag in 100%. Jay still teetotal 28 months. Thanks for your help in this. Well done,
my son.
28 months as well.
That's brilliant, that. Well done, man. That's seriously, really 28 months. That's no joke. Do you know what? Someone messaged me before, and it's a lad called Odds and evens. Simon, odds and evens. What?
All right, sorry.
I know, a bit of a pun. He's getting married anyway to Becky. She's a gooner. And I said I'd give him a shout out.
Oh.
So big shout out to him. He's getting married. He's been together for 16 years. So he's done well to not get married for 16 years. We've been together for someone. That's breaking my record. But yeah, big shout out to him. Thanks for your support.
To be a United and Arsenal fan in that period as well, isn't it?
It's not a happy camp, is it? Hopefully the marriage will cheer them both up.
Yeah, exactly. Joshua Bowater says, does Ethan get that nobody knows Newcastle is United but always call us United? Or is that just a Twitter thing?
Oh, it's a Twitter thing. No one's bothered. I mean, back at home, everyone will call Newcastle United or whatever, but like, it's fine. I'm not bothered. Who cares? It's
not a thing.
It's all right.
It's a bit of
There's more important things to worry about in life, I feel, Drew.
That's actually really true. Alexi Braithwaite, hello, says, Ethan the GOAT is a huge fan. Please sign. I'm a huge fan. Please sign my chin.
Oh, I've heard of him. He's a bit of a menace on Twitter, that fella. I'd just not respond to anything.
He's a bad boy.
Yeah, he's a troll.
Good vibes, John. John Shin in the chat says, Ethan James, love you, big man. You best go easy on United, though. I've got my eyes on you.
John Shin. You were bang on the money last night, weren't you, John? A good prediction.
Oh, yeah, Son.
About Heung-min Son. Yeah, well done.
What was that?
Oh, the Son's going to score the winner.
Trust me, he said.
Trust me.
Yes.
Yeah. Typical.
I love that.
Typical
trust
yank.
me, like, he definitely knows for a fact that Heung-min Son's going to score. Yeah. Just believe me.
Yeah.
Like he could have possibly been telling the truth there. Go on, Ethan.
Oh, I just realised, sorry, John, you did message me the other day and I opened it because I was going to show him. You wanted some tips about the studio and our setup here, and I was going to send him the video and then I forgot.
So you left him on red?
No,
Have you blue ticked him?
I'm unsure, but I didn't give him what he wanted. So I'm sorry, John. I will do that soon.
Brad Painter says,
John
I think
Shin, man, one of the family, one of the full-time Devils originals.
Sorry, John.
You're a good lad. Ignoring the kid.
It says, I think both Brunos will be at their clubs next year. Nick Anand, who's been a member for 43 months.
Big shout out to Nick. Yep, Nick. He's helped us out in the past.
He says, anyone giving us an actual chance for this one feels so broken at the end of this season. Do you feel broken?
Poor lad.
I'm past break. I'm like
just shattered.
Yeah, I'm just like
absolutely atomized.
Yeah. I'm just I'm sort of, I'm not even angry or disappointed anymore. I'm just sort of unbothered by it all.
Numb.
Yeah, cute. Numb. That's the one word, numb. And the worst thing is, I know we've still got that FA Cup final to come.
But is that not that could be a real silver lining? That
I don't think it will be though, Joe. I hope you're right, obviously, but I think the worst is yet to come.
Bloody hell. Tom Houghton says, sorry if I've missed it. Is there a reason why Hojlund is on the bench? Unfortunately, seems a bit too late this season for tactical experimentation. Well, you say that, but like Jay said, we've got an FA Cup to worry about. There's reason to think that Hojlund might need a rest, or United need to find other ways of scoring. And I think if we can do either or both of those things now, then why not try something different?
It might even be a case of, do you know what, I can't even risk him now.
Yeah.
I can't even remotely risk the idea of this kid picking up a knock for the next 2 games, because if he does, we're done for that final. So I don't know. I'm
going to go a step further. I think Ten Hag should be doing more tactical experimentation, and he's not been doing it. I wouldn't mind or be against Ten Hag if I was a United fan if he tried these 2 games doing a 5-4-1 or a 5-4-5-1 or something a bit different, just so you can practice defending and being good for that Man City game where you can hit them on the counter. I don't think it should just be the same all the time. He needs to mix it up.
I agree with you 100%, Ethan, and that doesn't usually happen. But, when you look at the injury records between Newcastle and Manchester United this season, and Eddie Howe, even though you're having so many injuries, you sort of became more compact and started playing like a pound shop Atletico Madrid in so many ways, quite robust but not conceding too many goals. Ten Hag's not really done that. He went the other way. He went just sack a midfield off. I reckon we can outscore the others. That was his alternative option. Yeah. So I would have loved November goes like, right, we haven't got the players, just play 4-5-1.
Yeah, because Newcastle, like United, prefer playing a 4-3-3. But we saw against Spurs a few weeks back, we've had a bit of a crisis at the back, so we decided to play 5 defenders. And it's not our usual system, but I think it was like a 5-3-2. We beat them 4-0. It worked.
Yeah.
Why? If something's not working, if you're conceding shots all the time, if you're not winning football matches, if you're slipping from 5th to 8th also quickly, just try something different. You've got an FA Cup final. If it keeps going like this, if it's the Coventry game again, the same tactics or whatever, you're going to get battered. There's nothing wrong with a bit of 5-4-1 in my opinion.
Yeah,
And
I don't disagree.
whacking up the Hojlund,
I
eh?
think we should have seen a few changes here and there, especially in particular games. Get your score predictions in. Get your score predictions in the comments. Not just the score prediction, but the scorers and just the scorers actually. I think scorers and scoreline is what we want.
Yeah,
isn't it?
okay.
What's your scorer and scoreline?
And I said 3-0, didn't I, on the preview? I think I said,
You're
did I
not
say
sticking with
Casemiro to get a brace and
Yeah.
Garnacho to get one, I think I said. I can't remember.
Casemiro to get 2, Garnacho to get 1.
I think so. I think that's what I said. Because he rattled me, getting all 30 big spuds. I thought, I'm not having him coming on our channel, giving it the big in.
Do you have big
So-
spuds?
I'm fucking telling him we're going to win. Even though that's probably wrong.
Kieran O'Brien says 1-2. Swan FC says ain't none of our lot scoring.
Love
Joshua
that.
Bowater says 0-0 Isaac offside goal. Scraggis says 1-1 Isaac and Bruno. A lot of 1s and 0s and 2s. Oh, there you go. Oscar Groot 3-2 Manchester United. Bruno Fernandes hat-trick. And Brobot says a scrappy 3-3 draw. Scotty, what do you think? Scoreline and scorers?
I think it'll be 1-0 Manchester United.
Go on, the
Yeah,
boy.
that's
That's what I
win.
like to hear.
I love that. Who's scoring?
Horrible game. Bruno Fernandes, I think it'll be like a horrendous compact game, which I think United need to do to set up for the
Perfect. Right, cheers, Scotty. Thank you. We'll speak to you a little bit later on towards half-time as well. Ethan James,
Yes. Hello.
score prediction, scoreline and scorers, please.
Well, I thought it would be a draw before the game because it's do you know one of them when you're a neutral you'll probably go, oh, Newcastle, yeah, they're probably in better form than United, they'll do them, but you're always kind of a little bit against your team, you're a bit more nervous.
Yeah.
But I'm going to be optimistic even though I think it'll be a draw. I'll say 1-2 Newcastle and I'll say Isaac and Longstaff to score because I can see Longstaff there.
Oh my God.
Jesus
That's what we do
Christ.
it.
Nearly a goal after 28 seconds.
Yeah, I'm gonna go 2-1 Manchester United. I don't know who's gonna score. Probably Bruno and Ahmad for me.
Amad Diallo.
Yeah. Can we get a bit of volume, please? Yeah. Thanks. Yep.
Do you get more excited when it's under the lights?
Yeah.
Are you excited now?
A little bit. It's mad because he was showing me, not just me personally, all of us, the games previously between United and Newcastle, especially when you had like Andy Cole and Roy Keane playing. They were title deciders, some of them, weren't they? Remember?
Let's
Well, I
decide
don't
Europe.
remember them. I don't remember the
Well,
title.
yeah, why would you?
Oh yeah, no.
He's absolutely full that one up.
Isaac put it wide.
Just inside the box.
But a good start from the tune.
Shut up. From the tune.
I feel a bit ridiculous in this coat,
Yeah,
Joe.
it's a bit naff, innit?
My dad got it for me for my birthday.
Yeah.
It's really nice of him. I might take it off.
Okay, yeah, good idea. Take it off. You don't
Oh,
want to
look at this.
For God's sake, it's even worse.
Classic. What
It's even
what
worse.
year is that from? Like what?
This is last season, but I got it without the sponsor on. I like it things without the sponsor on.
Who is your sponsor?
Seller. But that's last season.
A
It was
completely
funny.
legitimate company that's got absolutely nothing to do with
Yeah.
anything Saudi related.
That's
Probably.
existed for at least 6 months.
No.
What is
They
it?
do like Saudi like events and stuff. So like they've done this fantastic.
Saudi events and
Fantastic.
stuff.
Shut up. Right, you
Fantastic. What are you
He's
the
just
advert
said-
for him?
He's just said they've done this fantastic. The thing you say after this better be fantastic or you're a sports
It
washing
was
sellout.
drone show
Fuck off.
above St James's.
Droning on about
where
shite.
all the drones moved around and they made things like shirts and like Kieran Trippier in
Key
the sky,
rings?
and it was a magpie.
Oh, that's
And
nice.
that's-
Well,
oh, it was
That-
lovely.
That makes up for murdering Jamal Khashoggi.
Amrabat, there he is. Look, following up his wonderful.
Sorry, was that
display
too
against-
fast? Sorry.
Following up his wonderful display against Arsenal by giving the ball away straight away against Newcastle. It's good stuff, isn't it?
It is.
Brilliant stuff indeed. Newcastle holding more of the ball than United, as you'd probably expect, weirdly. Even though they're not really a high possession team, we just let the opposition do what we want, don't we?
You look like you're sick of it already, Joe.
Oh, I am.
3 minutes in. Joe's had enough.
I can only
They're
see,
just fucking.
I can only see a world where it's the same thing it was last year, which is they're working harder than us. We're giving the ball away all the time because we've never seen a press before.
Yeah.
And then Newcastle are going to score. Just us made it. Andre Barbosa says, I'm not even bothered about tonight's score. League is done, just here for the vibes. Hopefully build some confidence for the final.
Yeah.
I'll take
God,
that.
yeah, I hope you're right, bro. Seriously.
Tell you what, if Newcastle before the season were offered 8th and win the FA Cup, I would have snapped your
Great
hands
ball
off.
from Casemiro there. Jesus, wept.
Oh, go on, Isaac.
They're in here.
Good tackle that.
Amrabat. Challenges flying in there. Amrabat did really well there.
He did class there. Maybe he should be the centre half. Instead of Casemiro.
Casemiro
Just
just
the worst argument I've ever heard, to be fair.
ran up the pitch and passed the ball straight to a Newcastle
Weird
player
that, wasn't it?
there.
Because he went on a bit of a run and then
Oh, Casemiro did give it away though, didn't he?
What
that
is
pass
that?
was awful.
He like
Great
scoops
ball as
the
well.
ball up in the air rather than actually passing it.
Oh, he's
touch
done
was
well
poor.
there, Amrabat.
And Johnny Evans has followed it up with a nice tackle as well.
Amra twat.
Amrabat's...
He did twat him though, didn't he?
Do you think that's what Amrabat said under his breath when he made it?
Yeah, Amra twat. Every time he makes a tackle or whatever.
Yeah. I'd do
Every
that.
time he like jumps up and like heads off the line or whatever, like Amra cat or something. Oh,
Yeah.
we've got a problem here.
Well, hello.
Someone's trying to link with Ortelli, I think.
Yeah, we can sort that.
Throw me the remote. I'll save the day.
Newcastle holding
I
all the
wonder
ball
how
so
busy
far.
it is there. There's quite a lot of tickets floating around before.
Was there?
Yeah.
I reckon it'll be sold out. Or
Yeah,
sold out at
it
least.
was sold out-ish, I think.
You never know
I
what
got
sold
obviously
out
I'm
means,
not
do you?
there. I got rid of mine.
Newcastle with most of the ball so far.
Yeah. Just kind of. The sad thing is, it's like how I expected it is. I was looking at the record there before the game. I think you've won 1 out of 38 or something at Old Trafford.
Was
Or the
this
last,
season?
I remember it very well.
but, like.
What, this season?
Oh, well, sorry, I thought you were talking
sorry,
about
in the league,
Oh,
in the
right.
Premier League, and was that was under Moyes, wasn't it?
Yes, because
You beat us one. Was it 1-0? You beat
yeah,
us. Yeah.
it was around Christmas time because I was at the Northern Counties Christmas Fair.
Have we got a midfield or what we're thinking here? Just let them run straight towards us. That looked like the Palace goal.
Hey up! It's not
Oh,
allowed.
God,
Jesus
should have given the ball
Christ.
straight away.
Oh dear.
Is it a bit different as well when you watch United being shit every week,
Yeah.
but then watching them be shit against your team?
Oh,
Does that feel even better?
It's like, well, I actually get annoyed sometimes when I watch them shit because you guys are all upset and moody, and I just want to work in a nice workplace.
Oh yeah, and we
So,
really lay into you, don't we? when
Yeah.
United lose?
You're all right though.
They hit
So
me.
remember Cam who used to wind us up?
Yeah.
Cam,
Did he?
oh, he was horrible.
He's
Yeah.
a Chelsea
Nightmare.
fan.
And he, oh man, he's a Chelsea fan. He ain't even bothered.
No, you don't. He's not. Yeah, he's not really.
But he'd always be on a wind up when you lost, and it just infuriate you.
He's a United fan, really, these days. He just
he's-
wears his
He's well involved
gear
there.
and that, doesn't he?
I feel so
True
sorry
enough.
for Kobe Mainoo. I'm not gonna lie.
Me too. He could do with the rest.
Of course he could. 19 years old. He's got the weight of the world on his shoulders at Manchester United. It's ridiculous.
It's crap, really, isn't it?
Yeah.
That we have to play him every single
It's
game.
just
No
how
matter what.
not to handle a
I know.
massively
It's got-
talented teenager.
It's ridiculous. We just need the season to end.
Look
don't
at
we?
what City do, and it pains me to use them as an example, but when they've had like Foden coming in, who people are speaking, say about Mainoo being that kind of player, who's a player that's, I know
Yeah.
you hate the word Joe, but generational, but they bring him in like when they brought him in, and similar age to Mainoo, and then he played like 5 minutes here, 10 minutes there, a few games, then he's rested.
Yeah.
Mainoo, it's just he's in every week, every game,
It's ridiculous, isn't it?
and also in a team that's just constantly under pressure.
Yeah. Come on then, what we got here? We got any idea whatsoever?
Oh, you seem a bit nervy here. Just playing it along the back and then give it to Onana to punt it.
That's what.
Oh, but it's
Mate,
worked quite
Thomas
well.
there. Go on, my son, get across him.
McTominay there. Got a bit lucky, but he's done.
Oh, come on, get up.
It's not. A
No
foul, is it?
way.
Pulled him.
Soft.
That Dan Burn.
He
Yeah.
does that all the time, Dan Burn, doesn't it? Come on.
Yeah. Let's have a look.
He went down. Byrne was rather acceptant, I think, when the ref gave it, but just out though,
It's
isn't
a
it? In
minor
my
tug,
opinion.
isn't it?
Away, man. Oh, grow up.
Hey.
That's ridiculous. That's just, come on.
Could have killed him.
Pulled him over there like a tornado. Pulling a cow over.
Yeah.
Embarrassing.
Go on, Bruno. There's only one Bruno.
How injured do you think he is now?
84%.
He's definitely. Do you think?
Yeah.
I think he's 50-50.
I've heard that. Like, I'm not ITK at all, but I've heard that he's one of those that. Well, you'll know it, but he's been carrying injuries for ages. Really? It's only like last couple of games where he's physically been unable to play. They're like, you cannot play.
That's a good
great
cross,
ball. Oh. Go on, Amrabat.
Oh! Imagine
Casemiro
that.
almost scored a bicycle kick then.
Oh, that would have been funny.
That would have been good, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
It's player of the year if that had gone in.
Yeah.
Although actually, not even the best bicycle kick of the year.
It was. It was very much like a bit of a Sunday League bicycle kick.
Yeah, it was
no disrespect to him. He's doing the best he can, but
more of a penny farthing.
Yeah.
Kick, that wasn't it?
Sort of bicycle kick we try and do.
Yeah, we just sort of falling on your back
and then just hit it as the ball drops onto your foot.
Yeah,
rather than a Wayne Rooney
sort
of scissor action.
No, that's the one in it when the first foot goes and then the second foot goes after.
Oh, Garnacho here,
Garnacho's
giving it away again.
Oh, he's
far too much.
What is it? What's he doing?
Two things we saw there. Garnacho giving the ball away, I think for the third time so far in a similar area, and Casemiro steaming out and flying into a slide tackle. Two things we've seen increasingly this season.
I don't want to be
needs a rest
negative,
as well.
but
he's box office,
it
isn't
looks to me as though if Newcastle get an early goal, it could be a massacre.
Yeah,
we're all over the gaff.
We were talking before, Ethan. The Newcastle kit is a peculiar thing to wash.
Yes.
Isn't it? Because famously, you wouldn't wash black with white.
No.
Because you get bleed, don't you?
Yeah, you bleed.
Your Newcastle kit there are some grey hues.
Mark Hughes?
No.
Sorry.
There's some grey hues to the white areas.
Oh, yes.
What are you meant to wash it with? Do you
Great
wash
challenge.
it with whites or do you
Go
wash
on,
it with
Cobby.
blacks?
I think you just have to just accept that you're going to get a bit of grey area from time to time.
Yeah, fair enough.
But
you just have to do a full wash of Newcastle kits.
Yeah, you can get those absorbent pads, can't you, that you can whack in there. Oh, no, is that what women use? Sorry, I meant the...
I know what you mean, yeah, the colour strips.
Colour strips things, yeah. Not
That's
absorbent
actually.
pads.
Yeah, absorbent pads are different things.
Both used for bleeding, though.
That's true. United, weirdly...
I think we've reached a new low point on this
weirdly,
channel,
looking a little bit dangerous, United. We don't look good defensively, but we've offered a little bit of, a bit of a blade in the final third, haven't we?
Yeah, upcoming Mainoo there. No.
That's a good That's a good foul.
He's got to go.
Tactical foul.
That's a good foul, that from
right
Amrabat.
into the pitch.
That's the sort of thing we need more of.
I know.
Hey!
Fouls.
What?
He booted the ball at him.
Yeah, I just panicked, so I shouted for it.
The ref panicked as well because the ref wasn't watching.
Yeah.
The ref was looking the other way. So then he turned back.
Why
round,
is that? A free kick to them again.
It's
right.
not. He takes it.
He
passes it straight to.
That's our ball.
That's ridiculous.
And the ref's not looking, so he gives him another chance.
The ref hasn't blown the whistle, so if you play it early, it's up to your discretion as to what happens to it, isn't it?
Yeah, that was poor. Got away with it.
Here we go. The big gap that United have between the midfield and defence.
Oh,
Sean. The final pass for Newcastle's been poor so far. Luckily for United,
it's been an open game so far, hasn't it?
It's like games of old between these two great sides.
Yeah.
Hey,
love that.
What's
a ball that going below?
Clippy that and a great touch.
Ooh.
He shouldn't really cross it there. He should have come back out to Garnacho there, Diallo.
Keep the ball for a bit.
Only one person.
Bloody hell.
This is good pressing
time
because they're just balls bouncing everywhere here. Well done. Good pressing that from
You've
United.
got a physical 3 in midfield, don't you, to win those?
Yeah, we've done well there. Last couple of minutes just looked a bit more dangerous, United. Now what we got here?
Ball to
yes, McTominay!
Oh, he couldn't get anything on it.
Good stuff that though. This is better from United. Won the ball back high up a couple of times. Getting the ball into the 18-yard box. A little bit better this.
Wan-Bissaka with
It's
the
a
cross
decent
there.
cross as well. Just hard to
floats
get
it in
power
it.
on
Yeah,
innit?
you need some.
Yeah, either you need to loop
he's battling there. Is he
right
battling with
back
Dan
into
Burn
the
now?
far corner.
No, Kraft.
It's not. Who is it? Sorry,
Kraft. Emil Kraft.
Kraft. The owner of Cadbury now, of course.
Is that typical?
Shame.
Oh, I tell you what.
This is what we're worried about, isn't it?
No.
It's gone out.
Offside, Isaac.
Offside.
Would you have Isaac at United?
100%.
Would you?
100%.
How much did you
I
pay
think
for
he's
him?
minting.
65 million.
What would he be now? 100?
Yeah. He's proven himself in the Premier League, hasn't he?
Yeah.
Is it 30 goals in 50 games for you?
Yeah, sounds right. Yeah, sounds right.
Which, he's good enough for the Premier League. There's no doubt about it. How old is he? 24.
Yeah, he's roughly my age,
Yeah.
so I think 20. Well, he's born 99, so
24, 25.
yeah.
So he's got a few years in him.
Yeah, good
Still
age.
young, proving himself.
Great age.
Yeah, and also an exciting player. When you watch him, he looks good, doesn't he? You know, like some players who get goals look a bit scruffy and messy.
Yeah.
Like Nicholas Jackson scores goals, but
Yeah. He
misses
never looks
sitter.
like he meant to.
Yeah, and have stinkers. Isaac always looks decent.
Yeah, I agree. I'd have him at United, definitely. But like I said, it'd cost us 110 million now.
Yeah, you're not having him.
Ahmad. Oh! Ball deflected there. Wan-Bissaka's
Go on,
done
Wan-Bissaka.
well.
Oh, he just
lad.
couldn't get hold of it.
It's good
He's
though
better from United.
Much
Go on.
better, much better.
It's Mainoo.
Go on. 1-2 with Bruno. See, that's what Bruno's got that no one else has got.
Oh, I
Close
thought
to
he hit
ball,
his
that.
hand there.
This is better though from United there. Bruno with just a couple of balls in behind there. That's a great pass from Casemiro and a lovely touch as well. From Wan-Bissaka. Not a bad shot from... Do you know what?
Dubravka, proper Dubravka that, didn't
most
he?
of that, yeah.
Hey.
Dubravka does his best to push it across his own goal.
Yeah.
He's not a great keeper, is he, Dubravka?
No, he's a good keeper. He's a good keeper. He's a solid Premier League
Go on
keeper.
then. Go on, Arch. Smack.
Terrible.
Oh.
But you'd rather Nick Pope in this game.
He needs to fix up Garnacho.
Yeah, he's not been great recently.
I love
has he?
Garnacho. I mean, you can forget he's 19 years old, but he had an absolute shocker against Arsenal.
Yeah.
And that's poor.
Yeah. He needs a rest, doesn't he?
No, you're
He
right. I
started
mean,
more
again,
than
another
Mainoo.
teenager getting run into the bloody ground. Because we've wasted loads of money on shite.
Yeah, it's a shame, isn't it? I think he should be behind, obviously, different reasons for different things, but he should be behind Martial, Sancho, Greenwood.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
in the squad,
you're
and
right.
instead
He
he's
should be getting
those three
rotated
barely
in.
don't even exist in terms
Yeah,
of
no, that's a
availability.
good point.
And he has to start every week.
Brilliant from Bruno.
Yeah, I love him. If you could have one United player at Newcastle, Ethan, who would it
Nah, you're right.
Wow.
be? Shut up.
Wow.
Most of our team would get in your team.
Nah.
Not this one, but our first
you know.
choice. Yeah, it would.
Do you want to do preferred what's it, a
Combined
combined 11?
You know my thoughts on combined 11s. Go on, no, we'll do one then, right? Goalkeeper, Onana or Pope?
Pope.
I'll have
Yeah.
Onana.
All right.
What? He's
Depends-
rubbish.
Yeah, but,
He's
Pope
literally
can't
terrible.
Pass. Pope can't pass.
Great. Why don't you have a keeper who can goalkeep?
Yeah, but Onana can goalkeep.
No, you can't.
He can.
He's hopeless.
Well,
he literally got you knocked out the. He literally got you knocked out the Champions League.
Why don't you have a goalkeeper who's fit for once?
Well,
in
he
his
is
life?
fit.
He's never fucking fit, man.
I'm glad to see this is moving forward swiftly.
He had a
2
shoulder
minutes in, we're
dislocation.
still
Oh,
on
did he
the
have a shoulder
goalkeeper.
dislocation?
Yeah.
All right, yeah, you
And
can't
we're
play with him, can
absolutely
you?
Oh, he's not
raging at each other.
always injured.
He's always injured.
He's
Nick
not
Pope.
always
He is.
injured.
You have more new
Well,
Popes than the bloody
rather
Vatican,
be
then
injured
what?
than crap
Nice.
all the time.
Right, so we've settled on Pope.
Yeah.
Joe agrees. As you can tell.
All right.
No, fifth. I'm not. I don't
Go on,
know.
no, yeah, let's say Pope then.
We're
All
starting
right.
left
Depends what
back or
time.
right
If you want to
back.
play sort of like whatever, then the Pope's better than Onana. But I think
Would you swap Onana for Pope?
No, that's the thing. I wouldn't
Alright.
swap him, but obviously
You
you would.
would.
Either. Let's go with Pope then. I'll take that.
All
Fair
right.
enough.
Right
Pope.
back. Is it
Trippier.
or
No.
Diallo?
Dallo,
Trippier.
definitely Dallo.
I'd have
Trippier.
Diallo over
No
Trippier.
question about that.
I'd have Trippier over
No.
Diallo.
Right.
Diallo's all right, isn't he?
And Trippier's
Trippier's
all right.
Trippier's had a poor, like not a great season. Has been injured, but last
Mainoo
season he was
innit?
incredible. And you'll get back to it, unlike Casemiro.
We're not talking about
Who's the
Casemiro.
one?
are we?
Give
No.
it.
More so like age and being done
Come
for.
on, man.
Oh,
Oh,
There
God.
you
great
go,
stuff from
Dallo.
Dallo there.
Go
Brilliant.
on.
What a player.
Oh.
Caught
It was a corner.
well, 2v1, we're taking
Well,
Dallo
blocked
there.
by Trippier.
I
wasn't it?
like Dallo.
Centre back.
Centre back. Is Botman still a thing?
But
No, he's been crap.
Botman's got an ACL injury and
Right,
he's
no, I'm
been
not
poor this season.
Knocking the kid.
We're not having him
who's
then.
your one?
I'd have Fabian Schär. I think he's been brilliant.
Share
He's
or
been-
Martinez?
Well, Martinez.
Martinez.
Right.
And then
Okay.
I'd have Schär in the other spot, I think.
All right. Share.
Is Shea better than Maguire, genuinely?
Yeah.
Is he
Yeah,
Varane?
Scher's been incredible for us this season. He's played like up until the last few games. He's missed it.
Who's
he's
your
always
left
been
back?
available.
Where's Dan Burn
Livramento,
fit into
innit?
all this?
Well, it'll be either Hall or Burn or Livramento can play there.
I
But
think if
Burn
everyone's fit,
usually.
Luke Shaw's
Luke
better.
Shaw.
Luke Shaw,
Yeah,
yeah,
I'm not.
yeah.
What, we're doing 4-3-3?
Yeah.
DM, who's your DM?
Probably be. Should we say Guimaraes?
I think Guimaraes, Mainoo, and Fernandes midfield 3.
Yeah, you can. Mainoo. He's good.
I think.
Who's your midfielders at the minute?
Longstaff
or
Anderson at the minute, but wow, I'd have Joe Linton over Mainoo. No. I think Mainoo's got better, like as Ronaldo says, ceiling or potential, but I'd prefer Joe Linton. I think he's just a physical presence. Good passer of the ball. Gets your goals now and then. Tackler, physical.
Physically, Joe Linton's bigger and stronger.
Yeah.
I just think Mainoo's a much better footballer.
Yeah, me too.
Me.
I wouldn't take Joe
Linton. I'm not annoyed.
Joe
if you
Linton
put
at his
in.
peak was moved out of being a striker into midfield.
Yeah, but it's now. Now it was a great
right
decision.
Now I wouldn't have. I mean, Joe Linton doesn't even get in your team, does he?
No, he's just come back from injury again.
Right,
We've had
I didn't realise.
Score update.
Cole Palmer scored a goal. There's a fucking surprise.
Fucking hell. God.
Front 3 then.
So
I'll give you Mainoo for that
right,
one.
Front 3. Gordon or Rashford?
Gordon.
This season it's Gordon. But don't be ridiculous.
What? So I'm being ridiculous. I prefer Gordon over Rashford. Gordon's been incredible this season. What's he got? 10 goals and 10 assists as well. And he's the one who's...
What about 30 goals and 12 assists?
Yeah, but...
What about that last season?
But I'm looking at... Now, you're asking me who would I rather have in my team, and I'm saying the one who's in form, who's
you wouldn't
performing.
But then you couldn't pick Joe Linton. He's been injured now.
Most United fans...
Why would you pick him over Diallo?
Most United fans want Rashford sold.
All right, so which one of those most United fans are you talking to now?
But I'm saying... Anthony Gordon this season, 10 goals, 10 assists.
Maybe Gordon has been better than Rashford. I'm not even remotely arguing that. But when you look,
he's the one going to the Euros, I think, as well.
Well, what's that?
What do you mean? What's that?
Well, that hasn't happened yet, and you don't know.
Well, Gordon was in the last squad, and Rashford wasn't.
I'm sorry, right? Whatever argument you've got, fair enough. But I'm not having the argument of Gareth Southgate prefers him. That's not an argument. I'm sorry.
Well, he will next season.
Yeah, when he's United manager, we'll have to start using the argument ourselves.
Oh, God. That's why he's in the team. Southgate likes him. I get your point, and I understand
on this one in the comments.
I would go Rashford because I love Rashford, and I don't know if Anthony Gordon could ever get you 30 goals in a season. Rashford can, and he has.
Yeah.
If we're just going on the last 12 months,
Andy Gordon's been better. And I think right now, if you're going to pick a player who's in form, got more confidence, more likely to get you a goal, you're probably going to go with Andy Gordon. So I get your point.
Who's had a better career, Rashford? Yeah. Who's probably going to have the most remarkable season between the two of them? It'll be that Rashford 30 goal season. Who do you think will have the best
career when both their careers have ended?
Oh, it's a good question.
Rashford.
How old's Rashford?
26.
And what's he achieved? He's won a Europa League, a League Cup,
30 goals,
FA Cup.
He's won, those 3 trophies that you mentioned.
And 30 goal seasons, 2 other 20+ goal seasons.
Finished second twice.
I think with FFP,
if that's a thing you want to count.
Newcastle, I don't know how much will grow in the next so many years and what he'll win here.
But he could move on. I mean, he was an Evertonian who left them.
Yeah.
So he's not exactly a loyalist, is he?
No, that's true.
Do you know what I mean? I'm not having a dig at him. Everyone moves on, don't they?
But those 3 trophies, I mean, if Newcastle won an FA Cup, a Europa League and a League Cup in the next 10 years, whatever, save Gordon.
Yeah, but do you know what it is,
incredible.
Right, with Gordon?
Yeah.
So far, I think his career's been very erratic.
Yeah.
And I think, look at that when he first burst onto the scene at everyone thought, he's mint. Went to Newcastle. At first, people going, is it going to work out? Had that row, didn't he, with Eddie Howe on the touchline against Brentford, sorry. This season, absolutely flying. Seeing the interview he did with Gary Neville.
Yeah, it was good, wasn't it?
That. It came across really well. And whenever we play against Newcastle, he's always a player you think, Jesus Christ, Gordon.
Yeah.
But, I used to say that about St. Maximin.
He hasn't got the same talent
some
levels
players,
as Rashford.
Some players have this spell, and then so it'll be interesting to see what happens with him. All right, let's go 12 months. Gordon career Rashford.
Yeah,
overall
talent.
And therefore, for the same logic with Mainoo, I think Mainoo's had a much better season than Jose whatever. So we'll give it.
I think strikers. Are we arguing Isaac over Hojlund? Is that just a given?
Go on, argue.
You got to go Isaac.
Go on.
You got to go Isaac.
He's on the right hand side of your front 3 then. Whoever it is.
They don't have anyone. This is.
I was going to say they'll win that one. We haven't got anyone.
Newcastle's right hand side is worse or as bad as ours.
You can.
Who have you got tonight?
It's either
Jacob Murphy.
Almiron
Almiron or
Jacob
Barnes
Murphy.
you could put there.
Barnes is decent, but he's never fit.
He prefers to be on the left as well.
The right wing is a tough one because
do you know what you should have done?
Go on.
You should have sold both Almiron and Joe Willock when you had the chance. Didn't they have like one of the maddest purple patches any players ever had?
Certainly did.
Almiron scored was it 8 in 8 games or something? Didn't Joe Willock do the same when he was on
Willock,
loan from Arsenal?
I think he was on loan, so we couldn't have.
So you couldn't sell him. Sorry, But I remember he scored every week for about 2 months.
I think it was 9 in a row.
That's what I mean.
Yeah, it was incredible.
He proper Papa Cissa'd it. You're like, oh my god, he's amazing.
Thought he was going to break Vardy's record.
Yeah, and then I put him in my fantasy team. He didn't score again for the entire rest of his career.
Yeah.
So we put him at right wing then?
Apart from the Carabao at Old Trafford this season.
Yeah, sorry.
I think,
He remembered where the back of the net was against us, didn't he?
Who are we playing? Right wing?
I don't know.
We ain't got anyone. Neither of us. Oh, Amad Diallo.
No.
He's barely played, hasn't he?
Almiron.
All right. Almiron can't even get on the pitch tonight, can he? Is he playing? No.
Did you say just Garnacho right wing? Did you say?
Left
can.
wing. He can
He
play
played
the
it
right.
right
I'd have
for
Garnacho.
a bit. Yeah,
put Garnacho
right
there.
over Almiron.
Yeah.
To be fair.
There you go. So, should we go through it then?
Right. So we'll settle with Pope.
So I'll do the Newcastle count. You do the United count.
Right,
See who
okay.
wins.
So Pope. Yeah. We said
Diallo.
Who was at left back? Shaw.
Sure.
Centre back. One of them was Shah. Was it Shah?
One was Martinez.
Martinez. Sorry, I've been counting on both of them. I've already fucked this up.
Don't worry, Joe. We'll just minus the total.
Right. Okay. Hang on a minute. Shaw, Martinez, Diallo.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Midfield three.
Mainoo,
Bruno Guimaraes and Bruno Fernandes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Front three.
There's Isaac, Gordon, and then Garnacho. So 5 for Newcastle, 6 for Man United, I think. Is that right?
That's
I mean, in fairness, the two teams of a similar level this season, it makes sense that it would be roughly split, doesn't it?
And last season as well. Always match each other these days.
Well, no. We won a trophy, got to another final and finished top 4. You didn't.
Match each other these days.
Oh, that's a good turn. That's a really good turn. Who was that? McTominay. Maybe he should go up front. Go on, Bruno.
Oh, I don't like this anymore.
Are United playing better than you thought they would?
Yeah.
That is a
so
sensational pass from Bruno. You know what? That's all right, that.
Yeah.
Garnacho was at a tough angle there. Don't blame him for hitting the keeper.
Dubravka.
That pass from Bruno.
Absolutely.
Fucking hell.
Smothered them.
That's unreal, that. Look at, he's doing it on the run as well, so he's got to do it and get his feet sorted out underneath him. Oh, no, yeah, he's just got to take... That's a stunning
mate,
pass,
into his stride and everything. And there's no one there. He's got to have a dig.
Yeah, he has. It's a good...
Because Garnacho puts it across the Dubravka
as well, man. He's just dropping there on a sixpence for him.
Yeah, people saying Garnacho on the right wing.
Yeah.
Which we went for. I think it makes sense. Corner to United then.
Martin Dubravka's performance for United at Old Trafford in the Carabao Cup this season remains one of the most bizarre performances I've ever seen by a goalkeeper. And he got a clean sheet.
Woo! Sorry.
It's alright.
Stunned me.
Diallo with a shot that went 40 yards over.
Yeah.
I thought you were wooing the clean sheet.
Honestly, I've never seen anything like that. There was one point where he let the ball roll under his foot and then scrambles just to keep it up. And then another time where he blasted it as hard as he could at Aaron Wan-Bissaka for no reason whatsoever. It was weird.
He's odd, isn't he? He's not great.
Odd geezer.
But there was this thing, I remember at the time, because we'd done like a video on it, and I looked at Dubravka's Wikipedia and it said, Dubravka describes himself as a libero, which was like this ball-playing goalkeeper. I was like, what? He's never been that. Why is he calling himself a libero?
He's not that.
He's not, whatever that is.
Yeah. Yeah, he's but much like most goalkeepers, he's a bit of a nutter, isn't he? By the sound of it.
Yeah.
What goalkeeper calls
good
himself
lad.
a libero? Look at Casemiro there, just getting...
Anthony Gordon.
Look at Gordon.
As if to make his case.
Yeah.
Corner to Newcastle.
Toon. Hey.
I think he will go to the Euros, Gordon.
I think he should.
What's your favourite Gordon?
It used to be the Gin, but not anymore.
Oh, yeah.
Flash, probably.
Yeah. Ramsey?
Gecko?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Gordon Ramsay is good.
Yeah, he's classy.
He's a bit annoying. And
I love
sometimes
Kitchen
they go off
Nightmares.
but some of those old clips from the TV shows are hilarious.
Oh, Kitchen Nightmares is class. I watch quite a lot of them still, you know.
What about Gordon Brown?
Brown's a good shout.
Yeah.
You love him, don't you?
Best Prime Minister of my lifetime.
I had
Tell me a better one.
That was the days when
you were against him, were you? You absolute Tory.
I'm not a Tory. I was a confused child who just had a passion for politics.
That is genuinely one of the strangest stories I've ever heard about anyone.
So what was it?
I don't know what I'd do if I walked into my kid's playground and one of the kids was doing that.
I had a placard saying "Vote Change, Vote Conservative."
And how old were you?
I would have been 2010 election. I would have been 10.
By Colby Mainoo.
That's crazy.
Did you write it, or was it like a pre-made?
I just wrote it on a piece of paper. I'd put a stick underneath it.
Why was you so?
Because I was just so into like the general election. I used to watch all the debates. I got like a big book and that, and I was loving it.
What were doing a big book?
Like a big book, like a big politics book explaining everything for like kids. I ended up really loving Nick Clegg. But
I was going to say, if you watch the debates, everyone loved Nick Clegg.
He was likeable.
The theme of that debate was, I agree with Nick. They both kept saying it. He was the one that won the debates, but he didn't convert into seats.
But he
converted
did.
into his own
got 53, didn't he, or something?
Was it not 47 to 53? So it was
Something
a gain of 6 or something.
Yeah.
Considering that Labour lost
Good
so
point.
many,
it
wasn't really the gain that.
Yeah.
I mean, it got them over enough to form a coalition.
Which ended in the ultimate embarrassment of him having to just ditch everything he ever stood for.
Yeah.
But I remember Mrs.
What did your mum say though, right? Because I don't know your mum. I've spoken to her a couple of times. She doesn't strike me as a talker.
No, she's not. But she just let him do his thing. No. But I remember Mrs. Brown.
What, the TV show?
Sorry, and not Gordon Brown's wife. Mrs. Brown at school called me in and was fuming with me, and she was like shouting at me. She was like, "You don't know the damage the Conservatives have done to this country."
Where are you, Gateshead?
Yeah, and then
I can imagine that.
I was like, all right. She was like, "You even spelt Conservative wrong." And she was fuming.
Well, maybe I didn't mean it.
Did you spell it with an E and a D and an L?
Yeah, you spelled
no comments.
Nationalist Socialist. That's not conservative. You did. Ahmad on the ball, driving towards the edge of the box, left foot. Oh! Mainoo's got to be offside. He scored, but he's offside, surely.
A goal?
Is it a goal?
Goal?
It's all, yeah.
Wow.
That's terrible.
That was
defensively.
bizarre.
I thought he was offside, but he wasn't. Kobe Mainoo.
United had two players.
He is better than Joe
completely unmarked.
Oh.
Hey, Linton wouldn't have done that, would he?
Linton. Jeff Linton.
That was bizarre. That I thought I was with you. The way everyone just sort of seemed to allow that to happen.
Looked like he thought he was offside.
Just a communication problem in the box from Newcastle.
Kobe Mainoo with his third Premier League goal this season, is it?
So. Let's watch this
Let's
again.
have a look.
Someone's got to be playing him onside here at the minute.
He's on.
So it's Ahmad there. But I mean, something weird happened. He just drifted in, and there you go. Trippier.
Kieran Trippier.
He's
all that experience.
Casemiro,
Very Trippier.
His legs have gone.
Very Trippier.
Kobe Mainoo.
Genuinely though, Trippier is what, 2 meters behind the rest of his line.
He's also not marking
anyone.
anyone
That as well, you know.
It is. He thinks he's offside because he's looking at the line in front of him.
Brilliant.
In comparison to which he was
Look at
offside.
that.
But it's Trippier behind him who plays him on. Well done.
That's shocking from Trippier.
It
He
is.
does that, you know.
Does it?
Does it?
Yeah, he switches off.
Diallo done.
I would have kept Livramento playing. He's been class. I don't know why he just came back in.
He's not on the bench even, doesn't
United.
Oh, is he not?
Not getting tripped
That's why.
up when we were in for him, you know.
Would you have had
I
it?
think that would have made such a difference because he's meant to be a good personality as well, Trippier, as in a leader and a big, very vocal in the dressing room. And at that time, that is exactly what we needed as well.
And also, aren't all his family United fans?
Yeah, we needed a different type of fullback to Wan-Bissaka and someone who with a bit of experience and who had a song in his head. And he had all that, and the board wouldn't allow it because Atletico were playing hardball, weren't they?
Didn't they? The reports at the time were that they wanted 30 million.
Yeah.
And then a few months later, didn't Newcastle get him for like 15 million?
Yeah, 15. 12 mil, I think it was true.
Bloody hell. Newcastle nearly getting an equaliser straight away, which is what everyone does against United, by the way.
We haven't spoke about this. What did you make of Tottenham fans yesterday and Postecoglou's response to them by basically saying he's learnt a lot in the last 48 hours about the foundations of the club, essentially hinting that they're a load of losers who don't even want to win their own games?
I think it's one of those situations where both people can be in the right. I get it. And I hated the whole, I can't comprehend how anyone can want their team to lose. Look, whether you agree with it or not, I understand it. You might not agree with it, but you get it. I can understand the concept of it when people are acting like it was so baffling and bewildering that you could possibly accept one defeat in exchange for not having to listen to your rivals banging on about winning the league for the rest of your life. I get it. So I understood where the Spurs fans were coming from. I didn't agree with doing the Poznan and stuff when you got a goal against you.
Yeah,
that's just
cheering City goals.
That's so small time. That just makes QPR look big. But I understand it. And I understand his point of view. He's trying to win games. He's trying to get his team into the Champions League. He's going to be under pressure as well as a manager. Like, if they don't make Champions League football next season, he might end up even getting sacked. So I can get it from his point of view too. And you could tell the atmosphere was flat. You could tell the Spurs fans, they're in here.
Oh, what a tackle there.
Is that Casemiro?
Fucking hell, that was a brilliant tackle.
Gordon's staying down. I think that's a tackle. I think he times that perfectly.
I agree.
Oh, Amrabat there doing kick-ups on the edge of his own box.
Bloody hell.
Of course,
Mainoo's just
Casemiro's
blasted
class
it against the low.
Sod's law, isn't it?
Well, there's no need to roll over like that.
Come on. I reckon this was a tackle, this. I don't think he fouled him, did he?
It's not a pen. This is fine.
The stupidity from
Amrabat
there.
This is absolutely
It's a brilliant
great,
tackle.
great tackle.
He tackles him there.
Is there a problem with Amrabat though? Is he pulling him back? Does he
there's
fall
nothing
into
in
him? Does he catch him? No, I think it's fine.
It's just a tackle, that.
Yeah.
Yeah, play on.
It's silly from Amrabat there.
I think there, he's
Gordon's
lost him
tough.
Does he
there.
catch him at all? Ooh, does
I
he?
think so.
Yeah, I think it's fine.
Yeah, I do.
They're looking at it.
No,
Still, I think.
not having that. Because he doesn't move his heel across at all. If Amrabat
Play
touches
on.
him, it doesn't even disrupt his running, his stride. So why would it be a foul? You can touch someone.
Yeah, I think play on.
If you knock someone's heel and it like makes their leg cross
There
over
was
and
no
trip him, but
pull or
that didn't
anything,
happen.
and I don't think he fell into him.
No, that's not a foul. What do you want? He just wants a penalty because he might
Fair
get
enough.
one, so why not?
But, yeah.
But he obviously, that's not a penalty, is it? What do you
Who's the
think?
kid who's next to him?
Tyndall.
That's it.
What do you make of him?
I love
Tyndall.
Tyndall. Yeah.
Tyndall. He
Good
does love,
personality.
he does love it though, doesn't he?
Yeah, it's
What's
good.
the thing with him, the joke that anyone who doesn't know?
He wants all the limelight.
Jesus Christ, what was that?
And he takes all the. He shakes hands first sometimes. I don't know.
Has he got the...
Go on. Give
He
your
looked at
watch a
his watch,
buzz.
He's not blown.
Go on. Give that watch a good buzz.
That must have been a goal line clearance. Who was that
I think it was
by?
Casemiro, you know.
Casemiro with a goal line clearance after making a...
He did give the ball away before.
Yeah.
Oh,
Bloody hell.
getting
Amrabat!
absolutely soiled there.
My God!
Amrabat got skinned about 4 times in one run then. Oh, God. It is
Terrible.
Casemiro.
Oh,
Brilliant.
that's close.
I would have gone in as well if he'd not been there.
Don't know what Onana's doing. What's his position in there?
He
So
knew.
flat.
He got the shout.
Yeah.
He left it.
Leave it.
It'll be nice.
Yeah, you could have a booking for your troubles, son.
What?
Hey, what? What? I love the fact you're saying what when we don't even know what happened
Yeah,
there.
that's what I mean.
Nah, it's a booking that. That's easier booking that. He's not going for the ball.
No,
he's
it's fine.
He's diving in.
Hate when
He's
they
a
show
bit
the
annoyed as
replay
well,
on the
isn't he? He's just had a few things going
Yeah.
against him.
Yeah.
Hey,
Hey,
he's thinking here, fuck off.
that would have been a nice goal.
Dan Burn.
It would.
Big
It
Dan
would have been a
Burn.
scruffy, horrible goal. Free kick to United, probably 35 yards out on the right-hand touch line. Bruno Fernandes slow down, plays it short, receives a little. Well, he don't receive.
How's your
one,
touch? No.
It was weird. The whole thing was like staggered and
Yeah.
stop-start weirdly there, wasn't it? Gordon has got a sort of a face that looks like it was drawn by Quentin Blake, doesn't it? Do you know what I mean? There's a George's Marvellous Medicine to it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Oh, he does catch.
Oh, catch this!
He does.
Nah.
Oh, look, evidence.
I think it's a pen now after seeing that.
Evidence there.
What?
They didn't slow it down
A
that
hole
much
in
from me
his
before.
sock and a graze on his heel.
No, that was just a close-up of a pork Wellington.
All right,
The
sorry.
pastry had split.
My mistake.
Yeah. Anthony Gordon. What's Flash Gordon? TV show and that?
It was a comic book, I think, in the
that's it.
50s and 60s. That became a film. Is it 80, Scotty? Yeah.
Was it? Were you a big
Queen
fan?
did the soundtrack, I believe.
I remember that.
Gordon's
I remember that
alive! Brian Blessed, that was.
scene. Was it?
Yeah. Timothy Dolan was in it as well.
Did Timothy Dalton
Max von
Who?
Sydow played Ming the Merciless.
Did he?
Yeah. I can't remember who played.
Oh!
But have you ever seen the film Ted?
What, with Mark Wahlberg?
Yeah.
Yeah?
See where they meet the guy who plays Flash Gordon, they're all doing sniff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Casemiro landed really heavily there. I think he's probably winded himself.
Oh, I need him to stay on.
Has he got shin pads on? Players don't really wear shin pads anymore, do they?
They wear like the tiniest shin pads ever.
Yeah, Casemiro gets flipped and lands right flat on his lower back there. That would
toxic.
Yeah. What? That doesn't hurt, falling 6 feet onto your back.
It does, but it's not a head injury. It was Victoria knocked him over. We had the ball in a good position.
Do it again next time then. You might score a goal. Could be a concussion.
Yeah. Actually, maybe.
Why is it City you've got like a mint goalkeeper as a sub as well?
Fucking ridiculous.
Do you know what I mean?
It's ridiculous.
Got like Sergio Romero as their goalkeeper.
Does
number
anyone
2.
get a touch on that? Oh
Fucking
God!
hell. We're gonna bring Martinez on, aren't we? And he's gonna get injured.
Do we have any concept of what a healthy footballer is?
No.
Like, what is going on? We played Martinez.
We rushed him back. He got injured, so let's not do that again. Oh, actually, yeah, let's do that again.
Tell you what, though, if he does come on, you'll get a clean sheet and you'll win.
Why?
Because I think he's better than Casemiro.
He is better than Casemiro.
Casemiro's having I was going to say he's having a good game. He's making up for his own mistakes.
What a life Johnny Evans is having. Isn't it mad? Looking at that now, thinking where we were at the start of the season. That's become sort of commonplace. That's become okay in our minds. There was no possible way Johnny Evans was going to play for Man United again, even 12 months ago.
Do you remember that game against Wrexham?
Yeah.
I honestly thought, don't let him play for United again. This isn't fair on him.
Yeah.
Who's that kid who plays for Wrexham? Is it Paul Mullin?
I don't know, but didn't he get his ribs broken about 3 seconds later?
Yeah.
Awful.
It was bad.
Yeah, and all the Wrexham fans were booing their own goalkeeper in the second half.
Yeah.
Because they had no concepts of changing ends. And the goalkeeper that was playing for United had been subbed anyway.
Would you swap your life for Johnny Evans' life?
What do I just get from now? Or do I get from when?
Good question. Now.
So I just immediately I'm on the pitch at Old Trafford.
Yeah.
Yeah, go on then.
Would you?
Yeah.
But you'll never see Lizzie again.
I won't know.
You'll never know who she
Johnny
was.
Evans doesn't know who my partner or family are. And he'll do a fine job chatting to my dad every day.
But Lizzie wouldn't believe you when
exactly.
you're Johnny Evans saying,
See?
"Look, it's me, Joe." She's like, no.
Exactly. No
It'd be
win,
terrible. It'd be sad.
No win, no fee.
It's true.
No. Yeah, it's a victimless crime.
That was good control.
Would you not swap your life for Dazzling Gordon?
Yeah.
See?
He meditates and that. I feel he's got it together.
Does he?
Yeah.
Would you swap your life for, let's say, Kobe Mainoo?
No, can I? I wouldn't wish Kobe Mainoo having to look after my kids. It's not I wish that on anyone. I like Kobe Mainoo. I'm going to put him through that.
All right, let's say, would you swap lives with him?
I thought I was going in there.
That was fucking terrible.
That's just got to be on target there, isn't it?
For a day?
Or for between now and the FA Cup final?
No, because there's a football match between now and the FA Cup final.
Yeah,
and imagine me walking around that pitch in Kobe Mainoo's body.
No, but you've still...
Everyone would be like, what the hell's happened to Kobe Mainoo? He's the worst player I've ever seen.
You're just drinking Pepsi Man.
Plus, because I'm like an 19-year-old, so I'd be like dead fit and full of beans. I'd be like, this is mint. I'd just be running around like a lunatic.
Yeah, you'd be back in the pub.
Yeah, I'd be like, oh my God. There's so much energy.
I'm so excited.
Does it hurt when I get up?
This is great. Okay, fair enough. Well done.
Would you stay sober still?
If I was Kobe Mainoo, yeah, I'd have to. Wouldn't I?
Would you?
Yeah. The last thing Kobe Mainoo needs is waking up in a cell.
Yeah, when you see
I can't play the FA Cup final. I've been nicked for drunk and disorderly and possession with intent.
Kobe Mainoo was seen in cash converters last night with a lot of his mum's jewellery.
And his Carabao Cup winners medal.
Fucking hell. It's all gone wrong.
He's failed a drug test.
And
won't be going to the Euros. Like Jesus wept. Jay only had my body for 3 hours.
What's going on here?
If you could take any player
Yeah.
from your history, other than Alan Shearer, and put him in this team, who would you put? I know if you say anyone, you'll just say Alan Shearer.
Livramento.
No, you've already got.
We wouldn't have
Livramento.
conceded that goal.
Hey, really?
We wouldn't have
A
conceded
player
that
from
goal.
the current squad.
A player from the current squad who's just injured.
Oh,
Is he
current
that
squad.
good?
No,
Sorry, I thought you
could
meant the
have
match day squad.
No, anyone.
anyone from your whole history.
Other than Alan Shearer, because that's too obvious.
Livramento.
Yeah.
That's like us picking fucking Luke Shaw.
I'll say. Ooh, it's a good question, that.
So who's sprinting through your mind?
Oh, just a bit of Johan Kabay. I'd love that.
Cliver.
Johan Kabay, really?
It's my... Like, look, I can give you an answer to the P's. You're like a early noughties Newcastle
No, be
legend.
honest. Like, yeah,
No,
because it's
just
someone
Who
you...
do I love?
Yeah, because that's why I didn't say Shearer. That's why I said
Yeah.
not Shearer, because he's the obvious one that any Newcastle fan would say.
Ooh. I'd love it if Kevin Nolan was on the field, scored a bit at 1-1, did a chicken dance to
Kevin
the camera
Nolan,
and whatever. And
I
shushed
think if
his
Kevin
up.
Nolan was
I'd love
available at his peak, he wouldn't get in your team now.
Yeah, Joey Barton, actually, I'd put him in.
Joey Barton,
Yeah.
you know, you're
The
never
class.
coming on this channel again.
Who would you actually have, genuinely?
I did have... My first ever shirt was number 7 for Joey Barton.
Was it?
Yeah.
Yeah, you were going through a tough time around then, weren't you? Very confused child.
Yeah, let's say Prime Cisse, but it's in that
Papi Cisse in that purple
purple
patch of all
Cisse.
purple patches.
Yeah, let's have
where
that.
He actually convinced us he was going to stop City winning the league in 2012.
That was unreal. Have that for that game. I'm just twatting one in from 40 yards.
Was it against Chelsea, that goal?
Yeah.
That
There's
goal
another one
against
that
Chelsea
game
was
as well that
fucking
people forget
unbelievable.
about. Ooh.
That goal against Chelsea is arguably the best ever Premier League goal.
I think so.
It's
I
up
don't
there.
think it's not, but it's if someone said that's what they thought it was, I wouldn't be like, how do you think
So
that?
good, that goal.
It's
Yeah.
ridiculous. It's so unique as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like there's plenty of like smacking it in from 35
It's
yards.
so
That's
weird.
like outside of the of his wrong foot.
That he'd even go for it though from
It's
there as well.
bizarre.
Isn't it?
It's
Against
so
Petr
weird.
Cech, it's not like a nobody. It's
No,
Petr Cech.
It was such a weird goal.
It's
that.
so weird how, for those 15 games, whatever, he was unplayable.
Yeah,
Like, just completely unplayable.
he was unreal. Every finish was amazing.
Do you think he's better than Demba Ba then? Or you just mean
No,
for that-
Demba Ba was a better overall player. He was more consistent. Demba Ba.
Brilliant.
Oh!
Just couldn't get a shot.
Ahmad and Mainoo linking up there.
Ahmad's been involved in. He assisted the goal. He looked very good there. He offers so much more just in terms of his in-game.
He's just better than Anthony,
than
innit?
anyone we've had on that
Let's have it
side.
right. He just is.
Good this season. Yeah, he looks so much more dangerous, doesn't he? Runs off the ball. Great touch in the
Good
box.
feet. He's got quick feet, hasn't he?
Yeah, he looks
Notice
very
that
good.
against Arsenal in the first half. Come on!
What?
Bruno Fernandes just lets him to pass it 70 yards back to his
Was it?
goalkeeper.
We're like not far from the edge of their box there.
It was like, yeah.
Just keeping it for half time, aren't you? It's fair enough.
Yeah.
There you go. Oh no,
You say that, and then Onana just kicks it straight to a Newcastle player.
Might as well score now.
Fucking hell.
That'll be nice.
If I'm Bruno Fernandes, if you score from this and I'm Bruno Fernandes,
Yeah.
I am raging.
Yeah, I'm slapping him.
Yeah.
I'm quitting. Our ball? No, it's not yours. Don't put your hand up like that.
Yeah. don't put your hand up like
It's
that.
not yours. It's ours.
Call it that.
That's the sort of shit my 7-year-old
Yeah.
comes out with. We take her to the game. Put your hand down.
Hey, stop appealing for that. It's not yours.
Look out.
Who's on Newcastle's
Football,
bench? I'd go 4-4-2.
Yeah, fuck it. Go for it, son.
Fucking
Got an out to lose.
flat it in.
Yeah, that's
A
the
draw's pointless for us.
way. Yeah.
Absolutely
Pointless
pointless.
for everyone.
Yeah. Apart from we could draw on the final day and get 7th, I guess.
Half time there. Manchester
Half-time.
United 1, Newcastle United 0. Goal from Kobe Mainoo. Interesting first half that. United not looking great, I wouldn't say by any means, but certainly had more danger and we looked more dangerous in the final third than I thought we would.
I can live with this. I can live with us giving the ball away a little bit, being a bit disjointed, because you've got a makeshift defence. You've got a midfielder who's arguably past it, playing as your centre-back. You've got a 36-year-old as your centre-back. You've got a right-back at left-back. I get it. But you actually saw going forward, especially down that right-hand side, some patterns of play, which have been missing. You could see a bit of a plan. So when the plan doesn't quite come off, you understand it, but when it does, and you get goals out of it, happy days. So that's what's been missing, I think, from United this season. It's not the fact that, there has been, a little bit of scruffiness or whatever we call it, sloppiness. It's that I can stomach. It's the fact that we've gone into so many of these games just looking like we haven't got a jar of glue at all. Today you can see there was a bit of an idea. Bruno Fernandes, you can see why he's been missed, absolutely pulling the strings, and not been perfect, but decent. And at the moment, I'll settle for decent at Manchester United because most games have been terrible.
Yeah, we'll bring Scotty back in as well. You watched that first half there. 1-0 United, not gone all our way, but what did you make of the performance?
I was nervous at first 10 minutes. I thought that it's going to be one of them days. Again, I think Casemiro lost the ball in centre midfield in his usual position, ironically. and then Amrabat came through with a great tackle, and it felt like it was going to be one of them evenings. It was a matter of time when Newcastle were going to score. And then I felt like Man United grew into it, and when Newcastle started getting the chances, it was more down to our mistakes rather than any great play. I thought you were good counter-pressing, but I think Manchester United are good for the 1-0 lead. Yeah. Despite having we've not got a striker on the pitch, you're looking at the sort of fluidity between Amad Diallo and Kobe Mainoo linking up, typified by the goal as well. I just, like Jay said, he offers so much more than Antony. And it feels weirdly like we do have a plan going forward, and I think to the second half, keep that plan and then just keep making less mistakes at the back.
Yeah, it's interesting, isn't it, though, like you said there, the plan, like some of the movements on the right hand side with Amad and Mainoo going over that way, even McTominay, but Bruno in particular, looked coherent and like it was practiced and sort of instructed, didn't it? Rather than this kind of haphazard, I don't know what to do when we've lost it type stuff. I thought we actually, seemed like a kind of a real team, for lack of a better term. Ethan, Newcastle, you're losing, I'm afraid.
Oh, but
Don't know if you'd noticed you're 1-0 down.
Oh, yes.
What do you think?
Oh, well, I'd prefer to be level or winning at least throughout, I must say. But I think we started well for the first 5
Typical Newcastle fan. You just want to win games. It's so embarrassing.
It's all I want, Joe.
Go on then.
But we were started off first 5 well. It looked like we had our game plan set. We were pressing, we were attacking. We had a few balls into the box. And then we just struggled to defend for a bit. There was a few moments in play where we struggled to get the ball on the deck and the ball was up in the air, and United have quite a physical midfield out there today, and United were winning those loose balls. And then long balls from Onana from the back going forward. McTominay was winning a few. Newcastle was struggling to get control of that. Balls going in behind. Using Diallo in particular, he's probably been the biggest troublemaker for Newcastle. Fernandes clipping those balls in behind for Diallo to run into, and we're struggling to deal with it. Trippier was at fault for the goal. Trippier does that. That's what he does. He has lapses of concentration defensively. When he's been fit earlier this season, we've seen it far too many times.
There was that Chelsea game that I watched that was in the cup, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Where you were winning until the last second, and then he just completely. It was like 3 mistakes in about 5 minutes, wasn't it? That put you out.
Completely in control. 1-0 up. Trippier just chests the ball back or just misses the ball. Mudryk puts it in. It's like that. It's a lapse of concentration. He has that now and then. The reason why Trippier is different to so many right backs is his set piece ability, his crossing abilities. He's fantastic at that, but this is his flaw, sadly, and we've got punished for that today. I would have liked to have seen Livramento in that position, but obviously he's not in the squad, and it's his first game back, so you can understand if there's a lapse of concentration. But Newcastle haven't been great. We've had that one chance with it was at Burn at the back post, with the header. Cleared off the line.
Like with Trippier, people sort of rewrite history a little bit. There was that at Spurs. There was.
Yeah.
Like, it was a criticism of him at Spurs that he could switch off. Yeah. And there was a few games, especially in his last season there, where he did a few big mistakes that were sort of, Spurs fans as bad as United fans for calling players out and stuff. And then once he went to Atletico and did well, and then was obviously flying for England in the goal in the semi-final, everyone just sort of goes, oh, he's always been amazing. Well, he hasn't. He's always been a very, very good player who's had one in him. But obviously,
you're right.
He has far more many good games than bad. It's just tonight he got exposed.
Did you think that, like Scotty mentioned there about United, like looking like we had a bit more of an idea? Do you think? Did you see that today? I mean, I'd say today so far. Like Amad in particular.
Yeah, no, it's a similar thing. What I was saying, myself on that, especially on that right hand side. Yeah, the link up play between Amad and we saw it there with Mainoo for the goal, and even other than that, and also Bruno Fernandes is just such a massive bonus having him back in the side, and he's just pulling the strings. But we've seen that tonight a bit more coherence to our play that's been missing. I didn't see this against Burnley. I didn't see this against Arsenal. And okay, you might just go, okay, well, Bruno is a big part of that, or against Crystal Palace for that matter. Bruno coming back has helped, but also it looks like there is some sort of, idea, for want of a better word.
Do you think that could be down to not playing Hojlund? Because sometimes when I watch Man United, it's like they're trying to find him too much, and that's the route and that's the only option. And when he's not available, it's sort of what else are we supposed to do? And now it just seems a little bit more like, I don't know, lads playing on the park, a bit more natural ability about the game rather than trying to stick to a sort of, get the ball to Rasmus sort of.
I don't know whether necessarily, I understand your question. I don't know necessarily it might be that Hojlund's not there, but I certainly feel as though Diallo and Garnacho are being better at linking up with the likes of Bruno and Mainoo and McTominay than we've seen. Garnacho against Arsenal was woeful. Anthony hasn't been that guy. Even Rashford's been a bit up and down with it, but I think the wingers tonight have been a lot better at linking up with their teammates.
I think that
I don't know whether that is because Hojlund's not there. You might be right.
I think having Ahmad and Bruno both starting has
helped. Right,
feel.
okay.
Yeah. I can't say whether it would still have that if Hojlund was playing or not, but I do think that those two, like we were saying before the game, we've got so few players who are like creatives first. Bruno does it. I mean, he scores goals as well, but he'll get 20 assists a season on a good year. But Ahmad has got a bit of that about his game as well, where he's sort of close touches, close intricate passing, that kind of Sancho style kind of movement and kind of control to him. That I think having both of those in the squad makes the squad feel immediately more kind of nicely put together. Like, do you remember when we used to have like Martial when he was at his best, and Pogba and stuff in the same side? And sometimes you'd feel like with Greenwood in there as well, it would feel like really nice and tight and close and ping, 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 ping. But Hojlund isn't that kind of player, is it?
No,
it's sickening that, bro. Sorry, it was just showing the goal that was cleared, or the ball that was cleared off the line by Casemiro. It was showing you the sort of Hawkeye view. It is literally about half an inch in it of being a goal. Sorry.
So it just feels really slick at the moment, the way they're passing the ball around. And my point was, is when Hojlund's up front, the likes of Garnacho and Anthony, we don't have wingers that like to cross the ball in. Evidently, so I wonder if because we've got Hojlund there that becomes sort of like on their consciousness and prevents them playing a sort of football that they want to play.
Sometimes as well with Hojlund, there's that temptation because he'll do it. He'll run down them channel, just hoof it into that channel. He'll run down there and get on the end of it, won't he, and hold it up for you, and then you all sort of chase after him. Where there's been a little bit more thoughtfulness to our football. So yeah, you might have a point there, bro. I mean, I'm not blaming Rasmus Hojlund for that. I think they need to find a way of getting the best of both worlds.
Yeah. And another thing today as well, I think Keane brought it up the week that there's no accountability on the pitch and players aren't calling each other out. One thing I've noticed, Amrabat made a mistake, Casemiro covered for him. Right. And the other way around, when Casemiro's made a mistake, Amrabat's covered for him. Casemiro, before the game started, I think it was you, Jay, that said he needs to be on the next flight to Saudi Arabia and leave Manchester United because he'll never get his career back. But I completely disagree. Look at him.
He's nailed it. Sign the extension.
I said don't even let him play this game that you picked him for.
Where's Big Willie? You said
drop him now and put him on a plane to Saudi.
That's been his WhatsApp.
Him seen Ethan doing adverts for the Saudi flights.
I'm impressed by certain things. One thing I'm also impressed by: Newcastle have only had 6 shots.
What's up with you?
I know he's
those teams have had at least 20 by half time against us. Get a grip.
Right.
I do think that it's we've not been great defensively. Like we saw then, potentially Gordon could have had a penalty. Maybe Amrabat stood on his ankle.
Well, let's talk about that. At the time, I said I didn't think it was a pen. It was a great tackle from Casemiro. I was looking at Amrabat and I was looking if legs collided or whatever, and I couldn't see it. But then Sky showed it in like super slow motion almost. And you can see him catch Gordon's heel, and then afterwards you saw the aftermath of like a bit of sock and a bit of a wound there, which shows there was obvious contact if we didn't already see it. I've changed my mind on that after seeing that slow motion angle. I think it was a penalty. I think it was. You can't just catch someone like that on the heel, which is a foul because you've not won the ball, have you? And it's caused the player to go down. And getting like that on the heel when you're running is going to hurt, and it can make you trip over, can't it?
I think in a way, Amrabat's been lucky in the sense that there's so much going on during that sort of tussle.
Yeah.
There's Casemiro coming in, there's this business where he's sort of on his shoulder. Then he clatters into him in the box.
Yeah.
So you like looking at all these different things, and I think if they'd have actually took it back to just as he's getting into the box, and forget the sort of pulling on his shoulder, which isn't really doing much, and looked at what you just mentioned there, he's obviously caught his heel because you can see the hole in his sock and the sort of the graze on his heel. Then you probably do get a penalty. I think you would get one. I think if you watch that again and you were looking at that and they were focusing on that, I think they'd probably have given it. I presume they didn't.
Well, if VAR had that slow motion shot, I think they would have. But I think that's a sky angle. I don't know.
Right, okay. I don't know. Yeah.
Well, I don't. We saw that a bit later.
I was wondering whether they just because sometimes there's a lot going on in there.
Yeah.
And you remember like at Brentford where they disallowed somebody's goal after about 3 minutes because he went through everything, and then someone went. I think it was Sean Massey who was on VAR. Said, "Oh, what about Maguire? We need to look at him as well." Yeah. And then he was offside. So maybe if they'd have had more time, they would have. Or that angle you've mentioned, Eve,
would have sold it. I think
they would have done it, but at the time I didn't think it was a penalty. I didn't think it was. I wasn't until I saw his bit of sock missing. I thought, well, he must. Something's happened to him.
Yeah.
So we got away with that one. We've had a couple of close ones, haven't we? We got away with that one. That ball that was cleared off the line was literally half an inch, and it's a goal. So ridden our luck a little bit, but it has been a better performance.
Yeah, we expect us to score, don't we, when we're going up as well, which has been
very open game, isn't it?
What do you think this means for your season, Ethan? Would you take Europa Conference League? Would you be happy with that as a Newcastle fan?
Fucking right,
See, I wouldn't as a Man United fan.
I would. Newcastle have always said this season like they need to get European competition in order to like work with FFP and to get the transfers they want. So, Conference League would be okay because you get the revenue for that. If Newcastle won the Conference League, obviously I'd be delighted. It would also, for the following season, it would guarantee being in the Europa League if we ever won that. First piece of silverware since '69, so I'm not going to turn my nose up at that. But this game, Newcastle need to win it, really, if there's a chance of Europa League. I feel like Chelsea are just on one at the minute. We needed to win these two games and we would have been ahead of Chelsea on the final day in goal difference. A draw does nothing, really, apart from to the final day. It can be a bit of a scrap for the Conference League between our two clubs, but yeah, I feel like a win would be important. I'd obviously much prefer the Europa League. I think I love the Europa League. I think it's a great competition still. Conference League, I'm not fully sold on it yet, but obviously European football at the end of the day, I guess.
Chelsea 1-0 up in their game. They must have kicked off early.
No, they did quarter to 8
minutes now.
They kicked off.
Yeah, they're 1-0 up. Cole Palmer with the goal in that one. So as it stands, the league table. Newcastle in 7th, Chelsea in 6th. You're 3 points behind them with a much better goal difference though. So you've got a decent chance if they drop points on the final day.
I don't know who they're playing on the final day. I can't remember. But Newcastle have Brighton away and Brentford away. And
I feel like
Bournemouth
at home.
Bournemouth,
Chelsea,
okay.
Yeah.
He's done enough there, hasn't he, Potts, to keep his job?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah,
definitely.
I do.
I mean, having all those players and getting them in, and he's finally. It shows like sometimes in football you just need a bit of time, don't you? Yeah. And if Chelsea finish 6th this season, that's 2 semi-finals as well, was it?
Yeah.
That's a success.
Just seen, the under 18s been paraded, getting there with their trophies. Won the Premier League. They won the league, the League Cup as well, didn't they? And something else, which is not the FA Youth Cup, the other cup as well. So, well done to them. I think it was Ethan Wheatley who got the under 18s player of the season as well. That was announced about an hour before kickoff, which is a bit bizarre.
Yeah.
But
they've
well
been
done to them.
this season,
they have been record breaking.
Yeah.
So
that's the women and the kids that have come through. Just for the men now to let everybody down.
Yeah, exactly.
Still got the FA Cup. It's not out of the realms of possibility that Chelsea finish 5th. Because Tottenham have got, let's have a look.
That would be the most
Sheffield United
Spurs thing ever won it.
Celebrate that one.
Yeah. Sheffield United away. But if they don't and Chelsea win, Chelsea's goal difference is better than theirs. And they're only 3 points behind.
I mean, I barely care, but it would be funny.
Yeah.
Just to see, after everything that's going on as well.
Ethan, with injury gate, obviously there's been a conversation for both our clubs and Chelsea this season. I always think it's quite insular that we're in a vacuum as United fans to talk about the injuries. But when you look at how many you've had and Chelsea, do you have any sympathy with Man United, or do you think you just sort of got on with it in a different sort of way?
I have sympathy because obviously I completely get it. If you don't have your players to play in the exact positions or whatever, you're not going to get the results you want. There's a reason you sign players, is that you need players in that position. But the one bit that I lack sympathy of is that I don't think Ten Hag's changed it up enough. When it's not been going well, when you've had injured players, you need to find new ways of going about it. And he's not done that enough. It's been 4-3-3 every game. It's been the same style. I think a formation change or to play more defensive or whatever when you're leaking goals, there's nothing wrong with that. So I've got no sympathy. And in that sense, it's Ten Hag's responsibility to find a solution for when you do face this crisis. You're not going to get as much positive results, but it's his fault at the end of the day if
Newcastle
just keep it the same.
Isaac.
Oh, good save.
Do you think you had it harder than United this season for injuries?
It's been similar, to be honest. I look back in at the end of last year, I think it was.
As in 2023.
At the end of 2023.
Yeah.
We had again similar to your bench players that you're like, who's that? I've never heard of them or whatever. Players like Lewis Miley. I'll let you have a chance. Yeah, I'll shut up for a second. Yeah, we won it back.
Oh, he's almost in there, Mainoo.
Lewis Miley, no one really knew a lot about him, and he came in and he was brilliant. But Miley was playing every game. But again, he was one of those academy players that no one had heard of.
Yeah.
So it was there was problems there. He again shouldn't have been playing every game. You've got the problem of playing these teenagers Garnacho Mainoo every game or whatever. That was Miley at one point. So we did have a similar crisis. But yeah, I think it's very similar, Scotty, to be honest with you. But I think Newcastle, in terms of finding solutions, whether it's formation tweaks or tactical tweaks, that's been better, I think, in our response to the crisis.
Yeah. Interesting. So, obviously, the second half's kicked off. Do you harbour any hopes of finishing 6th? Still possible?
What do we need to do? Win both our last 2 games and hope that...
About 17 goals.
It's doable, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's not beyond the realms of possibility.
Yeah, we're not catching Chelsea now. They've got a plus 13 goal difference.
It's mad,
-3.
It's so bad.
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
I mean, Newcastle have scored... What are we looking at here? 26 goals more than us in the league.
I'm not going to lie. I won't give a shit about any of this if we win the FA Cup final.
No.
I mean, I don't think we will, but if we did, I won't be bothered. Newcastle are in here.
Good block, Casemiro. And that's a poor shot.
Was that a shot, man? Bloody hell. I thought he was crossing out
yes,
to Gimares, but it's just a shot.
Newcastle need to make a change to the midfield, I think. Longstaff or Anderson.
Started pretty well, though, second half, Newcastle. Big, heavy touch from Bruno. You can tell his first time he's looked a bit like he's not played much recently. And then that's a shocking...
It's good from Casemiro again, was it? Making the block.
Yeah. 1v1 defending there.
It's more so the moments in behind he struggles with, but the classic role of blocking things has always been there, hasn't it?
Yeah, he's always good at that. Another sloppy touch there from United player Amrabat this time, and it's a good cross goal for Newcastle.
So easy.
Gordon.
Anthony Gordon. It's coming now as well. Said we rolled our luck, fucking 3 minutes into the second half. Jesus Christ.
Man United gives the ball away, 3 or 4 times already in 3.5 minutes?
Yeah, stupid.
That was coming. Lovely.
Oh.
Just poor there. Bruno gave it away a second ago. Casemiro had to bail him out. Amrabat's touch there is very poor. A lot of it starts from us going long, losing the header, and this Amrabat just a bit sloppy, innit? And then from there, simple overlap.
He's onside. Well, it's not even a fucking forward pass, I don't think.
Not even close, is it?
No.
It's poor from Amrabat.
Definitely on.
Amrabat's such a strange guy. Fucking hell.
And then Gordon with a pretty simple run.
Great ball from Murphy, because he had some
a good ball, actually.
pace on that.
That is a great ball, to be fair.
Good connection as well. He watched it well, Gordon.
We can't win football matches anymore. We just can't.
It's all right. I had this for many years.
Honestly, bro. With what is it? Fucking once in the last 10 league games or something.
Yeah, 2 in 10.
Fucking hell. I've never ever known anything like it.
Tell you what, if it gets so bad that you get relegated and you're playing in the Championship, you have the best season of your life.
My dad said that about when we
Honestly.
were. Your dad said it, didn't he?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
I love it.
The thing is, it's all right if you go in following the team around fucking Rotherham and Swindon and Millwall and I like getting levered every weekend. But if you just sat in here watching it, it's shite.
Yeah, that's true.
We need to be at those games, don't we?
That's the only way it's good is if you're doing them aways.
Ooh.
I know
keep
I'm a
doing
broken record, man, but we can't go into the FA Cup final like this.
We keep giving it back to Onana. He goes long and we just lose the header.
We're gonna get
loses the header or
fucking
whoever
battered.
loses the header.
Hey!
We need... Oh, fucking hell.
Come on.
Like, genuinely.
We need another option rather than just booting it long. We'll lose this one as well. There you go.
What the
Tomori
fuck
can't
was
get a
that?
touch on it.
Honestly, it's embarrassing. Newcastle have done what every team that plays United does. Realise how bad we are.
Hey! Ref! Nah.
Well done, Ahmad. Well done there.
Go on.
Twat him.
Brilliant. Hey, that's not bad.
Oh, I knew he was going to do that. So fucking Trippier.
Trippier.
Just, you could see that coming, couldn't you? It was like, the striker even read it as well. It was like, he's going to hit it perfectly in my line for Garnacho.
He doesn't do anything, does he?
Fucking hell.
Brilliant from Ahmad there. Bit of quality on the left and on the right
Yeah,
side.
really
again,
good.
wasn't it?
Fucking oblivious. What's he doing?
Not his best game so far, is it, Trippier?
Fucking hell. Dozy. Just get it gone.
Get it gone.
Honestly. Oh. Catch this, Martin. Come on. Oh, a lot of space.
Bruno. Oh! Good effort there.
Oh, what's that for a clearance?
Fucking hell.
Aaron
Aaron, you
Wan-Bissaka
absolute
couldn't have made that
dozy
worse if he
bastard.
tried. That was the shittest thing to do. And it's 2 against 1. Isaac.
It's
He's
a
missed it.
fantastic block from Amrabat. That is so shit from Wan-Bissaka.
Aaron
there.
Wan-Bissaka literally did the worst thing he could have possibly have done then.
I don't know if we're not scored. What the hell?
It was 1-on-3 for a second there for Newcastle.
Something Amrabat either looks like the best defender you've ever seen or the worst football you've ever seen. There's no fucking consistency.
He does really,
I
really
mean, this
well
is
here,
madness,
Amrabat.
to be fair to the kid.
Just gives himself enough space that he can get a
Can we
block
not-
on that.
That's the sort of shit the Scousers
Hit the
fucking
bar?
clip up when it's Van Dijk.
bounced off the top of the bar. It's brilliant.
Fucking
that from
mint, that.
Amrabat.
Fucking hell.
Wan-Bissaka there,
Score that.
completely. Yeah, Newcastle absolutely should have scored. And you can only really blame Wan-Bissaka for that, can't you?
Well, it was
It
awful. Awful.
Yeah.
And he gave it away in a position where he couldn't get back to help out. They were countering with 3 against 2, which then became 3 against 1.
Yeah. Corner to Newcastle. But really, really should have been a goal, that, shouldn't it? I'm about sticking his head into Isaac a little bit there.
Fucking how many times has that happened?
Get it down the line. That's
Good
all right,
tackle.
well
What?
done. Oh, God, what now? Potential penalty, is it?
Surely not. Surely not.
Oh, I think he'll
Sure.
get that. I
You're
think he'll get
joking.
that.
His
Let's
arm's
have a
down
look.
by his side. No chance. His arm is down by his side. It can't. If he's doing that and jumping up, I get it.
Just play
They're
on.
not giving that.
Just play on.
Do you know what I mean? The arm
Yeah,
position.
yeah.
I
is
don't
so-
think it should be.
Yeah.
I just think that in this fucking day and the fact of looking at it.
I think players
fuck
fine.
for that. I thought
And
they were
somehow
going to get
they've got the ball, even though we had a throw in when the ball went out.
I thought he was going
point,
to get
Well
that.
done, lad. Did you?
Yeah, I did. I just thought when he said looking at it in that angle, I thought
Yeah.
I'll end up giving it. But I'm glad I was
It's
wrong.
not a foul. It's not a foul at all. Well
No.
done, ref. No, come on. He weighs about the same as a fucking fly, and he accidentally touches into the back of him. That's not a foul.
Oh,
Blimey.
Rashford getting.
Quite the angle, that.
Oh.
Good.
Apparently, I had a bit of a barney before the game with someone in the crowd. Did you see that? Yeah.
Rashford did.
What's the point in that? Like, even if you don't rate him, what's that? What's that doing for you? Honestly, whilst he's warming up before the game.
Well, that's a impossible shot to see with Steve Hojlund. boring.
Steve Hojlund.
Yeah.
You're a big fan, aren't you?
Yeah. You'd be coming to work with you boys next year, wouldn't he? If he's
Why?
part of the Southgate clan.
Steve Hojlund, that'll rival Steve Round and fucking Jimmy Lumsden as
I miss Lumsden.
coach.
At least he had a good name.
Do you know what? I fucking hated Steve Round.
Why?
Honestly, he was so shit. I remember once, right? It was,
So who was he, for people that don't remember?
he was like the assistant manager to David Moyes. And because Moyes is a fucking genius who gets rid of all the coaches that have won everything under Sir Alex and replaces them with people that have won fuck all. And
That's the one.
apparently all the players didn't respect him, hated him. I remember once when we were playing in a game, I think we were playing at City or Trafford or whatever. And he was sent out to go and get.
No, it looked like he was in a car wash.
I don't know what the fuck he was doing there. Oh my god, they've all lost the fucking plot. That was shocking.
360.
He was sent to go and get the subs, tell them to come back.
Yeah.
And he was stood shouting them for fucking ages. And they couldn't hear him. And everyone in the crowd was saying, go and fucking get him, you thick twat. And he was like, and then he walked over to him whilst we were losing and fucking called him back. I just thought, you're absolutely clueless. Just out of his depth.
Yeah, they were out of the depth.
Do you know what I mean? Like, remember that picture of him and Moyes at Goodison looking at free kick fucking positions when we were 2-0 down? Do you remember it?
Yeah.
That like image. And then he was sacked like 4 hours later. Just embarrassing, man.
Corner to United. How tall is Gordon? I can't tell if
He's quite
like
tall,
5'6" or like 6 foot.
I was going to say that's bad, but...
Yes! Have a bit of that!
Ahmad with a shot that he's tried twice in the first half at the back post for the corner. Left foot, back across goal. Lovely, lovely goal. And he's been probably our best player today alongside Bruno Fernandes, I'd say.
Ahmad Diallo is my player of the season.
It looked as though it was a terrible cross to start with, and then it took a deflection at the near post.
It did, didn't it? I was about to say that fucking corner.
I know. I hate doing this because
I know what you're gonna do.
Slightly reductive, and it's you don't.
I know what you're gonna do. But
why hasn't he been playing? What have we been seeing in Anthony that's meant that we've not been playing?
Well, he's now just equalled Anthony's Premier League goals for this season.
I don't get it. Like I've been someone that's sort of said if he'd been that good in training, he'd be playing.
You always give the benefit of the doubt. You give the benefit of the doubt to the manager.
We've seen more
you do
from him in
that,
the last 2 games than we've seen from Anthony. Not all season, but like most of the season. Genuinely, what I don't get it.
Scotty, the voice of reason.
My take on that is that I think Ten Hag's career is pinned on the success of Anthony. He needs Anthony to work as a right winger and to bear fruit for the cost or the amount of faith that Ten Hag's put into him, and I think that's why he's persevered with it.
Yeah.
To the point where he can't do it anymore. Ahmad's been the best player on Sunday, would you say? Maybe across with Amrabat.
Him and Amrabat, and
been the best player tonight.
Yeah.
So
definitely.
like Jay said, in 3 games he's equalled Anthony's goals for the season.
Yeah.
Or more than he's done.
Yeah, it's weird, isn't it? It's like you see that a lot with managers, don't you? Like toward the end, Solskjaer sort of hunkered down with like his kind of players, Maguire and Fred, and I know he didn't sign Fred, but like these became the kind of people that defined him.
Yeah.
Especially Maguire, that signing was a huge one. And I wonder, maybe Ten Hag's thinking, not only do we need to get a bit of money from him in the summer, Anthony, but I look like an idiot if he doesn't work out. But at the moment, you can't argue that Ahmad's been absolutely excellent. It's ridiculous. Ethan, your thoughts on that goal from a Newcastle perspective?
Looked like, obviously, Gordon's got an injury at the minute. He was the one who was maybe supposed to cover that area zonally. And he's just unmarked. It's a great finish from Ahmad, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Really well hit. Goes through the body, so it's difficult for Dubravka to see. And just the pace on it makes it.
Oh, fuck off. Don't tell me he's
goal.
injured now. Jesus Christ.
He got hurt in the last game as well, didn't he? I wonder if he's a bit of a sort of, I don't know, gets hurt easily kind of player. I don't mean like injured easily, but just
I think that sometimes wingers like that, and he runs
Yeah.
into trouble sometimes when he's a tough little cookie in the sense he's not shy of getting involved, so maybe there is a... Yeah, man.
Yeah, that's true.
He's come up through the Championship.
He's gone from playing with the best team in the North East to playing with the best team in the North.
Wow. Mackems, eh?
Mackems, eh?
Hey, bloody Mackems. We hate them, don't we? We hate them Mackems.
We do.
Yeah, losers. How many trophies have they won?
How many trophies have they won?
5.
Probably.
Probably quite a few, to be fair.
Oh no!
Oh, it's a
Fucking
shame.
hell,
I'm
completely
not
on his
happy
own there. It's a ball that.
Well done. Right, find a pass. Well done, Garnacho. The pass was just no.
What you doing?
I love
He likes the odd shot.
He's
Gallo,
ace.
doesn't he?
Oh come on, Lewis Hall. Just rattled now.
He fainted that run, didn't he, Bruno, and then stopped it.
Play it.
Good
Oh
pressing
my
this from
God.
United, really good, and win that ball now. Oh,
Casemiro!
that was exactly what you wanted from a press there. Force him into a long ball that your player is at the bottom of.
Oh my
And
God!
then
What
the
are
pass
these?
is so bad. Well done. Now, it's probably a booking as well, isn't it? We did really well there with that press.
What game was it when Casemiro lost his head and there was that meme of him just looking around completely confused, like malfunctioned for
I
like
don't
15
remember.
seconds?
It's not far off it there, is it?
Yeah.
I don't think he touched Isaac there, though, to be honest. Yeah, I don't think he touched him.
Oh, I'm tired now.
Well, you got some fresh legs coming on here. Look, 3 Newcastle subs. Joe Linton,
And Almiron.
Almiron, and who's the other one?
I could only see 2.
Some other
Joe.
fucking
Was it?
loser.
Didn't see the other one.
Is this a new fashion thing? Is everyone having a fucking bandage round around or what? Why have we got like 3 players
Yeah.
with it and so have you?
I think it's bullshit, isn't it?
I love that.
What is it?
It's
It's not
bullshit.
doing though, is it? What do you mean,
I
bandage?
think you are Eric Cantona,
Yeah, what? You
Jamie Vardy,
Jamie
Gary
Vardy's had a
Lineker
Yeah.
had a
in the
wrist
World
strap
Cup
round his
'86.
hand for 15 years,
Hey.
Jamie Vardy.
Yeah, fair enough, Trippier. Goodbye.
He looks like a proper bloke you'd just meet at 5-a-side, doesn't
Who?
Share.
he? Share.
It's beautiful, isn't it? I think he's the most good-looking man in the Premier League.
No, you don't.
I
do.
think he's there. Dan Burn, look at that
You
fucking boat race there, eh?
You're joking.
How can you say that?
It looks like it was carved quickly out of wood.
Chris Wood.
Nice.
No, not Chris Wood. Who is probably better looking than Dan Burn, to be fair.
Go on. Go on, Diallo. Go on.
Oh,
Dubravka, you
Martin.
silly sausage. That's
Fine, it's fine.
That's
Good
a
strike.
foul, that referee.
50. Well done, Bruno. Get stuck in, lad.
Oh, shit.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, his hamstring's gone.
Oh, bollocks.
Has it?
No, he's just putting it on. Little prank for you there.
Fuck for that.
Well, what can that be?
I don't know.
Just a little joke.
You can't have a tremendous pain in your hamstring and then not have an issue with it.
Just having a laugh. He's fine.
What sort of thing?
Just having a laugh.
He's not right, Bruno, is
Just
he?
having a laugh.
Something's wrong with him.
Oh, just
This is
Fuck
like a
off.
match full of utter nutters, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like, when you look on both teams,
yeah.
there's like lunatics.
Yeah.
Like, you cannot tell me that Mainoo Dubravka is sane.
No. Neither is our goalkeeper's absolutely insane.
Oh, Unana's
Yeah.
madder.
Yeah, completely.
Yeah.
Bruno's a nutter, really, I think.
Yeah. Joe Linton.
Joe
Fucking
Linton's a
hell.
nutter. Amrabat's
God.
not quite right. Casemiro's not right.
Eddie Howe. Mental.
Is he? How are the lads?
Nuts.
In a way that you tend to get managers that have got like a name that sort of works with the club that they're at. Like
Go on.
Arsene Wenger's a classic.
Oh yeah, that's a
Basically.
classic.
Did you ever hear
Arsenal.
see that interview with who was the chairman? What was his name for Arsenal? He was one of the founders of the Premier League.
Dean, was it?
Dick Cavett.
No, fuck off.
He's a 1980s
is it
talk
Dean?
show host.
Is it
isn't
David Dean? Yeah, thank you.
Oh,
Oh yeah, Bruno.
Oh,
Oh.
look. Penalty! Penalty!
He's dead. I think he's dead.
He's not dead. Penalty that.
That's just two players who love a bit of the old rough and tumble. Don't worry
Yeah.
about it.
What about Dixie Dean?
Dixie chicken.
Oh, no, it's not a penalty.
He said like he went for dinner with Arsene Wenger. Arsene Wenger was visiting Arsenal and he got in touch like with him and watched the game when he was at Monaco or wherever, or Grampus. So he came and watched the game and he went for dinner and he said, I was chatting to him and I was thinking, Arsenal? Yeah. Like, that's one of the reasons he hired him. It's mental, like
Isn't it weird that was obviously a very successful appointment?
Yeah.
That is utterly idiotic.
Yeah,
isn't
of course
it?
it is. I mean, obviously,
sort
he
of
looked into him
reasoning.
and realised he'd had success. He wasn't just... But that was what
Oh,
convinced
well
him.
done, Bruno. Look, he's like riding
Bruno's
the
having the fucking time of his life.
and he scored. No, he hadn't.
Oh!
Crap.
Howe.
Howe.
His
Yeah.
name is Eddie
yeah.
Howe, isn't it?
Yeah.
You do see it sometimes.
I'm going to get one.
Go on, you can do it.
Oh, don't put the single on me. Not got one right now. Come back to me in a bit.
Klopp sounds like cop,
Does, really good.
Yeah, very good.
doesn't it? Like it is. It does happen occasionally. Go on. I mean, Alan Pardew, fart poo. Which Newcastle were basically just a fart poo in those days, weren't you? So.
Oh,
he's in.
Oh, they're in.
Oh,
Great
Save by Andre Onana.
Onana's face taking the brunt of that bad boy. Well done. Go on. Oh.
should have scored.
Yeah, Newcastle should have scored 3 goals in this game. Definitely. Oh, that's a nice bit of play there from...
Don't
boy.
shoot. Just, you can shoot though. Oh, not now. Oh, it's over, isn't it? That chance is gone.
Don't rule it out with United. Well done, Garnacho. Unlucky. Oh, it's got to be... He's all over his shoulders there.
Fucking Andre Onana there with another one. I mean, he should have saved it, to be fair, but he's done well.
It looked like he was climbing a bit to me.
Let's have a look here.
No, he's not.
To be fair, Amrabat's just sort of letting him. He's not fucking jumping for it, Amrabat. He's just
Yeah.
fill your boots.
Oh, yeah, Mancini, Man City.
Oh, that's good.
It's not far off, is it?
Yeah.
Mank as well in
Yeah,
there.
man.
Yeah.
Works.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
So, here's one. Danny Keogh, Sir Alex Ferg Unitedson. Remember it?
That's a terrible header.
Just fucking score.
I like that one. Pep manager's poop.
Brilliant.
Oh, it's so much better when we're winning. I know it doesn't matter and we're probably not going to end up winning, but it's just such a better feeling in it. That's a booking ref. Get him off.
Fucking hell.
Have a bit of that. Arteta, Arsenal. Who's that?
Who's that? Who the hell's this?
Arteta, Arsenal. Who was responsible for that? I want to give the credit to the person who deserves it. So, producer Ollie says Arteta, Arsenal.
Did you both start with an A?
Yeah, no, I get it. Yeah,
sorry.
definitely.
Really good, that.
It's all right, mate. Did Joey Barton ever manage Scunthorpe?
Very good.
Nice. Really well done, son. Proud of you.
Well, that's a good ball. Oh, no, it's not. Edit. You know, just hitting the triangles a little bit.
Great ball!
Beautiful cross. What is
Fucking throw yourself in that,
What's going on
McTominay.
there? It looked like it was like an inch from the end of his toe and he barely even jumped for it. That's brilliant. That's a brilliant cross from Bruno.
Bruno's so good.
It's maybe slightly too high. Bruno is so good. You're right. Yeah, I think it's too far in front, in fairness. Now I've seen it back. But there's a little 1-2 around the corner from Ahmad there. It wasn't the most difficult pass, but Bruno wasn't expecting it because he didn't think he could do it, and he did it.
Yeah.
Just like little bits of quality there that we've not seen much this season. Rashford chewing his nails, but I'm glad he's back on the bench. Back available.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see if he starts against Brighton.
I think he's another one. Obviously, he's capable of getting a goal against City in the final, but I think he just needs the season to be over now, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does. I completely agree.
Hopefully have a good Euros, get a pre-season and see where we are next year. Because by the sound of it, even if I know there are certainly some United fans who would happily see him sold,
Yeah.
but regardless of whether you want him sold or not, the amount of other players who are leaving before him based on the rumours that you're hearing. I don't think we
I
can
just
aff-
can't.
I
I
don't think we can
can't
afford to sell
see a summer where
Hey,
Greenwood, Sancho, Martial, and Rashford all leave.
No.
I think that's a bit excessive. I'd be surprised if that happened.
Yeah,
and
me too.
I think Greenwood is definitely going. Martial is definitely going. And I think it's more likely than not that Sancho is going to probably go back to Dortmund and maybe make that permanent move.
Wouldn't it be funny if after all the Twitter and all the sort of shit that Dortmund have dished out on social media and how much they praised him, imagine they didn't put a bid in for him?
Yeah.
Or they put a
that
bid of like
whole
16
you owe him an
million or
apology
something.
thing was
Yeah.
fucking obviously a dig at Ten Hag.
Yeah, they have to bid at least 40 million for him now.
Yeah.
What do you reckon? What would you take for him?
I think 40 is fine.
Yeah.
I think that's fair. I think
Yeah.
we paid them 73 for him.
Can we dictate though? Because we want rid. Do you know what I mean? We don't want him back. So we like.
Probably not. I mean, you can have. The thing is, it's that whole. Is this going to be a new regime where you sort of sending a message as well? Like, you know what? We will take a fucking hit if we have to, and keep hold of him if you're going to try and take the piss. Do you know what I mean? Like,
I think
don't
there
know.
might be pretty hefty add-ons on that. Because if you're the player, if he has a 10-goal, 10-assist season, another 10 million. Like, if you're still the
Or
player,
if he
we
goes
sold,
there and he becomes like he was here, where he just falls out of the manager and doesn't want to know. You know what I mean?
get 30
Dortmund
million.
are in a position as well. Like United can afford to waste 70 fucking odd million quid. We've done it lots of times.
Yeah.
I think Dortmund's record signing is like 35 million. Is it for?
Is
when
it?
I think when they
Wow.
brought Ousmane Dembele back there, is it? Was it not Ousmane Dembele back there? Sorry, when they brought Ousmane Dembele, how much did they pay for him?
I'll have a look now. Dortmund's record signings.
For who? Sorry, for Dembele. Yeah, I thought so.
Didn't they spend that on like?
I remember reading that. I think I might have read it when we was doing our news.
That's
once.
amazing, isn't it? I was going to
Yeah.
say, didn't they spend that on Ale, but Ale was only 31.
Yeah,
So their record signings,
that's
35
what I mean. They
million.
don't
Wow.
they don't spend lots of money on players, do they? So,
No.
well, I know you know what I mean.
So you'd expect him to be a record signing then, wouldn't you,
Yeah,
Sancho?
yeah, which kind of makes sense because that would be certainly the biggest name.
calm it down, Onana.
I know, fucking hell. You think we were
Fucking-
fucking
what's he doing?
1-0 down with a minute to go?
Oh,
How they
my
missed.
God.
Alma on there.
Casemiro did so well to get his leg out of the way there because he almost gave a penalty away there, Casemiro. Look at this. Casemiro's desperate to try and make a tackle and he just makes the right decision. That is an inch from going in and there's other players an inch from getting on the end of that.
Oh, we deserve a draw from this.
That's ridiculous, that. I can't believe that's not gone in there.
Gordon's done well there. Been very unlucky. He could have tried to Kai Havertz that and try and win a penalty.
Oh, it's Gaza in the World Cup close, that one.
Wasn't it?
Yeah.
In the Euros.
Yeah.
It was actually. It looked quite similar. Thing. Weirdly, Dortmund have made about 8 signings at 30 million, by the way, which is interesting.
Losers.
Yeah.
Could we not do like a swap
Saddos.
deal for Sancho? Would that be, is it Adeyemi?
He's one that people are looking at. Daniel Marlon was another one, but I think he's sort of not very highly rated anymore. He
We'll
was
have
like an
that.
emergency
I know not
signing,
the club,
wasn't
but the fans will have that thing of like, we can't be getting any more players of Dortmund because we've got Sancho.
Yeah.
of
We'll end up
Dortmund.
with Hummels.
Yeah.
he? Yeah, Sancho, Kagawa, Mkhitaryan.
Yeah.
None of them have been tearaway successes. I think probably the closest to a success would be Mkhitaryan, really. At least he helped us win a Europa League.
It's like Dortmund.
But it's not with even
sell
that.
a lot of players that like don't really work out.
I
Don't they?
know. But then for every
But there's
Kagawa,
a Bellingham,
there's a Bellingham or a Haaland, isn't there?
Haaland, yeah.
Or a,
I
I mean,
Lewandowski.
Lewandowski,
Yeah.
Hummels.
I think it's just us that have had that bad record actually when you think about
We're
it.
just really crap at buying players.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, when you list all them players that you've mentioned, they're like some of the best players in the fucking planet. Thinking about it, it's just us that get the duffers.
Liverpool got Nuri Sahin.
Oh,
didn't they?
you clown.
Me?
Dubravka's dropping the ball out of play. It's not helpful, is it?
No.
Just kind of need the ball up at the other
Didn't
end.
City get Gundogan from Dortmund as well?
Yeah, we were linked with him, weren't we?
Yeah, we're.
Yeah, it's just us, isn't it? Really.
Yeah.
There you go. Sky, 24th of April 2015. Ilkay Gundogan close to Manchester United move. We're close to agreeing a £21.5 million deal to sign Borussia Dortmund midfielder Ilkay Gundogan. Bastard. Yes!
Whoa.
Oh! Alright, someone stop this.
Oh yeah, put it back in there.
Just foul him. No, well done.
Oh my god. I'm getting frustrated. I just want to go home.
It's only 2-1 with 15
Jesus
minutes
Christ,
to go.
you bet more than anyone should know how shit United are.
Yeah, and Newcastle
how you could quite easily win this game 5-2.
I just want to go home.
Should have some dinner.
Have you not had dinner?
I had a big lunch.
What was it?
Rearranged Jamaican jerk chicken
Oh, you love that, don't you?
and a McFlurry.
What flavour?
Biscoff.
Any good?
Very good actually.
See?
Recommend
It's not
it.
so bad. You didn't even think about the game for a
No,
minute
but that was when I was happy. That was back then.
That was back at 1-0.
Did you... But I can from your reaction, it feels like you maybe thought this game would be easy.
No, it's because we've had so many chances that have been one off the line, and then that one there just should have gone in. And then Isaac missed that 1-1, and then Gordon put it at Longstaff put it at Onana's head. Should score one of them. Come on.
You should have scored 3 or 4.
Oh, great. It's frustration now. I just feel like it's one of those days, as you say. What you've been saying every day for the last
10 years.
11
Yeah.
years.
Newcastle have got a lot of players who look exactly the same as each other, don't they?
Yeah, well, it's like City.
Like
They do
Anderson, Shah, Botman.
They all look a little bit like Eddie Howe as well.
Yeah.
But Matt Ritchie does.
Richie.
Yeah.
I mean, who's coming on
Harvey
now.
Barnes in a million amounts
Harvey
away.
Barnes put him on that list.
Ooh, Harvey Barnes.
What's the other one?
Fucking
The
Harvey
other centre back
Barnes.
today.
Burn.
Oh yeah, Dan Burn. Kraft. They all just look the same, don't they?
Nondescript.
Yeah.
Much like your performance today.
Wow.
Yeah.
Nice.
Thanks,
Wow.
Scotty. Thanks a bunch, mate. Oh. Onana's kicking has been fucking
This tactic
shit.
today has put us in so much trouble.
He's crap. He's so crap. So many of our chances today have just been because he's just popped it down the middle. We've just won it back.
Listen, yeah.
He's rubbish, Jay. He's
He's
rubbish.
kept us in this game with
He's
some amazing
hopeless.
saves.
You'll regret that 7 years to come. You'll look
Right.
back and you go, he was crap.
He's a modern day Shaka Hislop.
Oh.
You just fucking leave it at that.
He's just
Hey.
Yeah.
useless.
He was the best. He was the best in the world.
Can't believe he cost 55 mil or whatever it was.
Bagging that. You look back at that one
Mental.
day and you'll say that was an absolute snip.
I don't even know if he's in the top half of Premier League goalkeepers.
Do you not reckon?
I don't even know if he's in the top 15, to be honest with you.
Shut up.
I'm being honest.
No.
No,
I am.
there's definitely more than 5 goalkeepers in Premier League who are not as good as him.
I'd rather... Well, I'm thinking of Fulham, Leno. I'd rather a Leno than an
Leno's
Onana.
decent though, to be fair.
Let me think.
Right.
I think he might be walking into his traffic again. No, I mean, you say that, but he's actually pretty good.
Alright.
Just listing the whole Premier League squad.
James Trafford at fucking Burnley.
He's
not
shite.
better.
So is
than-
Muric.
Yeah, the other one they've got isn't better than fucking.
He's in the bottom 5.
Oh, nah.
Where's Foderingham?
Exactly. Do you know what I mean?
Crap.
Let's have
Yeah,
it
you
right.
go.
Who's-
Everton.
Sorry?
Everton.
Pickford. I'd prefer
no,
Pickford.
I'd have Onana over Pickford all day long.
Would you?
100%.
Yes, on the ball, world class. You know what I mean?
Can I shock you?
Yeah.
I'd have Onana over David Raya. I would.
No,
I don't
you're
disagree with that.
trying to pull up
David
my
Raya,
heartstrings
nah,
there, 'cause I hate
David
Raya.
Raya has got an absolutely
prefer Raya.
mint back four in front of him.
Yeah, he has.
And he just has. And he faces about 3 shots a game. Onana's got a fucking revolving door of dross, and he faces 30 shots a game.
But
And that's got to affect you as a goalkeeper. I'm sorry, it just has.
there's a reason why. I don't want to. You're trying to make me support Raya here, Jed. I don't like it. There's a reason why he got sold to Arsenal from Brentford after being
Because
under the
fucking
cosh.
Mikel Arteta loved him.
I know, but he also signed fucking Ramsdale, didn't he?
So, exactly. He's got 2 goalkeepers
What does
who
he
are bang
know?
average.
Honestly, just this obsession with. I just don't get this obsession with signing goalkeepers just because of the kicking. Like, stop it. Stop buying Ramsdale for 30 million. Stop buying Raya for whatever it is. Stop buying Onana for 55. Just get yourself a good old quality Nick Pope for 10 mil.
The thing
and
is,
you'll
to
be
be
happy.
fair, Onana,
You know what I mean?
like, it became a bit of a myth that he's only good at kicking. He had a very, very good time at Ajax and at Inter. with his saves as well.
Yeah, he did.
Like, he wasn't just good at kicking. Like, if you watch that Champions League final, you say it's not just his kicking that's good. He's fucking pulling out some saves as well.
Oh, Martinez.
Oh, God. This just stinks of an 85th minute injury to both of them.
Oh, no, it won't be that. He'll make it off the pitch.
And then we'll get the fucking Ornstein suite.
Yeah. Martinez picked up a small injury.
And he's out for 14 days.
Yeah, he will miss the Brighton game, unsure about the cup final.
Just kick it, Martin.
Oh!
God.
Go on, good press here, lads. Come on.
It is a good press.
Why have we started pressing in the fucking second to last game of the season?
We look quite good today.
Right.
Not in every way, but some parts of our game have been good.
We started doing the things we should have done 36 games ago.
Yeah, I know. McTominay's gone under the radar with a solid-ish performance today. I feel like I barely said his name. That's a foul.
Oh, come on.
He's got away. No, he hasn't.
Right.
I'm mad there. Pulling shirts.
I love that. Bit of shithousery.
Pulling skirts. The ref looks like he could play for Newcastle.
He does, doesn't he?
Yeah. It looks like your team on a night out in Cardiff.
That's crafty, that. He's done well there, Diallo. I like that. He's
Emil
proper
crafty.
Ander Herrera'd it.
Oh, he's got his
He
first
looks
yellow
like
card
someone,
and
Ahmad.
goal today, Ahmad. What a day for him.
There's someone he looks like and I can't think who it is.
Ahmad.
Yeah. Every time I see him, he reminds me of someone and I don't know who it is.
I love him, mate.
He's been very good today. And
Is it
he was
a
quite
young
good
Will
against
Smith?
No, it's not. Maybe we stop guessing after that one. Fucking hell.
He's got the cheekbones.
10 minutes to go. Probably 15 in with stoppage time as well.
Oh, that's a good ball.
Isn't it funny, really?
Fucking
how refs just went-
hell.
all of a sudden they went, should we just double how long we give us stoppage time every game?
I know.
And they just went, yeah. It's bizarre that, really, isn't it? Just this season, it's just twice as much. Well done there.
There's nothing more infuriating as well, like when someone just gets a booking and when you arrive and then just gets took off the next minute.
Yeah. Well done, Ahmad. Coming off there.
Oh, 2-0 to Chelsea, and Reece James has had a straight red. He's doing well, isn't he?
Fucking hell.
Aye.
What, he's back and he's just got a straight red.
Fucking hell.
Missed the last game of the season and the first 2 games of next season.
Brilliant.
He's such a bizarre player, isn't he, Reece James?
I think in terms of natural ability, he's unreal.
Yeah.
He's one of the best right backs I've ever seen.
Yeah.
But he's just constantly fucking injured.
He's
and
almost
now he
like-
started doing stupidness like this.
Yeah. Like, imagine if you had like a slider on when you're doing like create a character.
Yeah.
Like, if you start in the middle, whatever, just normal build, normal like talent, and you slide it a bit, you get Luke Shaw.
Yeah.
Little bit thicker, gets injured a bit more often, but his touch, his composure, and you slide it right to the end. You've got Reece James, who's like constantly injured, but just sensational if he can get a run of games together. But he's just never able to
That's
do
what
it.
I mean. He is like...
He's in that Luke Shaw world, though, isn't he?
He's probably better than Kyle Walker when he's fit, but he's just... Kyle Walker is fit almost every single game, and Reece James is never fit.
Yep.
So, by that sort of metric, Kyle Walker's a better right back.
Yeah, definitely. Good header. Is that Rashford?
Yeah.
Oh, ooh, well done, Bruno.
Keeper hard.
Go on, I'd fucking chase that down.
Oh,
I know there's a long
Martin,
way to
where
go.
are you?
Well, he's an absolute lunatic. I love that. Sounded
Martin.
like a fucking
Yeah.
a dinner lady. Martin, where are you?
Yeah. Like my mum at a car boot sale.
Yeah.
Martin, where are you? I need 50p to buy these magazines.
Go on, Rashford. Go on, my son.
Go on, lads.
Hey, Anthony Gordon, who?
That's just that.
Is
Yeah.
that it? Oh, beautiful. Hojlund. Yeah!
Save it.
Yes! 3-1.
There you go.
Oh.
He's giving it to there, the
Let's have a
Newcastle
bit
fans.
of that.
Oh, have a bit of that. Shushing him.
Brilliant. Great finish there. Really good strikers play there. Went past one. Sort of knocked it past another.
It's all
pulled
falling
it
into
back.
place ahead of the FA Cup final.
This is what we needed, this.
Hey,
Should save that, the goalkeeper.
he should save that, you're right.
You can't save
Oh,
them all.
he's going through the whole gamut here. Kissing a bell, touching a badge as well. Good lad.
Touching a badger.
Aye. Did Hall have a bit of a stinker there, or can we focused on him?
It
He
didn't
really.
seem like it particularly. Bruno with an assist there.
Bruno's done so well today. It's fucking ridiculous.
Yeah,
I mean, to be fair, Hojlund does the heavy lifting.
Megsy's. I don't think anyone has a massive stinker, actually. I think that's a very good finish. It's a better finish than I thought it was.
I thought the keeper got an answer. I'm not.
Yeah, he does.
I'm not blaming him completely.
It's low and it's hard, though, isn't it?
It's one of them, right?
If
right that's Onana, he's getting a world of shit for it.
I think you should save it.
He's getting a fucking hell.
Yeah. You'd hope it's game over. You can't ever rule the opposition out when it comes to United, can you?
If you're a betting man, you pile on a load of money on fucking Newcastle, not just to draw, to win.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll put that on now. Well, the fight for the Conference League goes on.
Goes right down to the wire.
Yeah.
You feel a bit gutted there, Ethan? Chance of Europa League pretty much gone out the window.
I really love the Europa League. It's a big trophy physically, isn't it?
That's true, yeah. It's like the Stanley Cup, isn't it?
Yeah.
But way smaller.
You win it, you get in the Champions League as well. That's nice.
Yeah.
And it's a bit very prestigious Conference League. It's like,
Is Eddie Howe put a bit of weight on this season?
He looks like he's carrying a little
Got
bit
a little bit of the...
no, he's just
shrunk.
he's looking
That
great.
bloke with the earrings is the most Newcastle fan looking person
Those
I've
two
ever
lads
seen in my life.
It was like AI Geordie, wasn't it?
My mate Alan will be there tonight.
Will they?
Oh yes.
AI Geordie. Create me a Geordie.
Chat Geordie. Amrabat's just been booked.
Good. Deserves it.
For what?
Being a twat.
No.
Oh, I love that. Hey.
You didn't even touch him!
Well, I should have given away a penalty. You should have got booked for that.
Right. That's how reffing works.
400 appearances for Marcus Rashford today.
Blimey.
131 goals, 64 assists, was it?
Who's he
like
getting near there? Is that past Mark Hughes?
I'd have to have a look. It's 2 spells on it with Hughes.
Yeah. Mark Hughes.
Towards chalky numbers, I think. I don't know.
463, not quite there yet. 467, sorry.
If he stays this season, if he doesn't get sold this summer, he'll probably make it.
Oh, fucking hell.
What's chalky?
I'll have a look now.
Chalky might be closer to 500, to be fair.
Free kick there. Header straight to Onana. So in terms of appearances then.
Oh, it's not going to be 4. It's not a 4-1. Martin!
Ooh,
oh, well done.
Weird.
Good keeping.
It looked like he could have got there for a minute.
Good keeping.
Brian McClare 448. Although this is weird because Mark Hughes is less than this on here. And then on the other one, 438. So I don't know what's right and what's wrong. But he's approaching Brian Robson. That'll be the next one that he overtakes. Rashford is on 400. Robson got 415. And it's George Best after that. Not a bad couple of players, is it?
Oh, great.
Go on, Aaron Wan-Bissaka. He loves a goal against Newcastle.
He does. Oh, well done, Hall. Play it. Play it. Well,
fuck off.
Need to score now if there's any chance of getting a result.
And there is. Joelinton smacks it over there, comfortably over.
The game.
You got like ages yet. So
No, it's not ages.
More appearances.
you can have at least 6 minutes.
Rashford's got more appearances for United than the likes of Peter Schmeichel, Steve Bruce, David Beckham, John O'Shea. Played more games for us than Patrice Evra, Dennis Law, Wes Brown.
Fucking hell.
Yeah, played more than Darren Fletcher. That's incredible, really, isn't it, when you think? Played more for us than Nemanja Matic.
The Dennis Law thing, why is Bruno holding his hamstring and going
He was holding it before.
And he's limping.
Oh,
For
well.
fuck's sake.
Dennis Law, what a player.
Does Martial get on? I don't think he can now, can he? His last ever time at Old Trafford.
Is he on the bench?
I don't think he is. No, he's not.
Sneak him on.
Just get him on anyway.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it.
What do you make of doing that lap of honour tonight?
Maybe just a steady walk Well, you don't really go to the corners properly.
You've still got a cup final, haven't you? You've still got a little bit of positivity.
Yeah.
It's not all doom and gloom.
Yeah.
You've just won and you've got a cup final. It's like, you know what? It's not the end of the world.
And also, you want to not apologise, but certainly show your appreciation to the fans after what they've seen this year. It's a tough line, though, isn't it? You don't look like you're happy with the year, but you don't want to take the piss out of the fans.
Running around with your kids on your shoulders.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Hopefully, we're not going to see any of that. One thing I would love to do, you don't see the visuals often these days, but do you know wearing the top of the FA Cup as a hat? That's always one thing. You used to see that a lot in the old footage, didn't you? I feel like you don't get it anymore.
6 minutes, you were right, Joe?
See? Plenty of time, son.
Nah.
How you feeling?
Oh, worst day of my life. Exposed in front of thousands.
That's true, yeah.
When's the last time you did a watch-along? You beat us, didn't you?
We won the season. Yeah, 1-0. I think
that
it was
a fucking shocking performance by United, that, at St James's.
I was on for the 0-0 as well last season. Might have been on for the 2-0. Oh, was this my 4th? Bloody hell, eh?
Did you do the Carabao?
I was once on Man United Southampton, I think, as well.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Did we think the stripes... Did the telly go black and white for a second? And we just assumed it was Newcastle.
Why not?
Corner to Newcastle.
Get him on.
Oh, just fucking score. Go on. Oh, yes. What a
That's
belter that
fucking
is.
goal, that. Who's that?
Oh, it was whole.
Soldier. See? You've got 4 minutes to get another goal, which is
again,
well more
lads.
than fucking within 5 minutes. This is Manchester United, bro.
How has he got that much time on the edge of the box?
He's only 2 goals for Newcastle, both been at Old Trafford.
That doesn't surprise me.
Why is there just no one anywhere near him? He takes a touch, takes as long as he wants. It's a very good finish, to be fair. And I can't see shit. He's leaning the wrong way, obviously.
Yeah, I can't see that.
I actually don't blame him for
Great
that.
goal.
No way.
Yeah.
Good goal.
Yeah, it's a really good goal. And he sort of disguises the finish as well, doesn't he? Yeah, very good finish. Fuck's sake, let's not do this.
Oh, it would be nice if you did do this.
No, it wouldn't be nice if we
we
did
can
this.
all end today sharing the points.
You
Sharing
can score 2 goals in 4 minutes, trust me. Look how deep we're sitting here, look. There's one player in your half when we took that goal kick then.
Do you think if Newcastle score, Ten Hag should be sacked?
Shut up.
We say this every fucking week. Oh, come on, Brighton, 90+7.
Well,
Well,
got this much space on the right hand side.
throw it in on
Keeper, well done, keeper, well done.
Go
Slow
on,
it down.
fall on the
Yeah,
floor.
good lad, well
There
done.
you go. Fuck off.
That's what you'd be doing.
Nah,
Every keeper does that.
I wouldn't do that.
What would you do?
I would
Throw
do
it, give possession away and
Football's
lose.
the real winner.
Yeah.
Ludicrous. He has put a bit of weight on Eddie Howe.
Nah, you're mistaken. He's in fine fettle.
You're mistaken.
Fine Fettel. Did you say fine Fettel then?
Yeah, I did. It's fine fettle. He goes to the gym
Oh, brilliant.
every morning.
But he ought to. He
6:30.
fucking works in one.
Ted Hag doesn't.
Here he does.
Tonight goes bike riding, doesn't he?
That's true.
Yeah.
Around Salford.
Yeah,
he
mate,
rides
that's
fast.
real fucking yeah.
Yeah.
Ted Hag's out his box. Get in there. Get in your box. I hate it when that happens.
Yeah, that really annoys me as well.
Just get in your. There's a reason there's a box there.
Yeah, when they stand past
Mikel Arteta's the worst.
white line that's drawn on the floor.
Just fucking Arteta's the worst. He's
Conte
running
used to just
around.
be on the pitch for most of his
Klopp's
games.
bad for it as well.
Yeah,
isn't he?
Klopp is.
Go on,
Right,
stop.
keep the ball. Keep the
Take
ball.
the piss.
Nice. Well done.
You dare.
It's a foul there.
Dare.
Well done, ref. Just like a foul there. Burn.
City versus West Ham. Title decider.
What % chance do you give West Ham of taking it? Well, at least a point there.
I'd give him a 3% chance.
Yeah, I think about right.
They're always a bit funny, City on the final
What
day.
was Wan-Bissaka doing then?
Ran into Rashford and then lost it.
That was dumb, that. Proper dumb.
Come on, Toon. Get that ball
That's
forward.
the spirit. Sound like Tottenham fans last night. Fucking hell. Come on, Spurs. We want you to win. Honest.
Oh. I mean, I don't think we can get 6th. I think it'd just be more for the fun and laughter now.
More for the bants.
And we would actually keep conference away from Hughes a bit more.
I'd be fucking happy about that, to be honest with you, bro.
Oh, wow.
Oh, no! Come on! He's been unlucky today. He's been quite good.
Gordon.
Yeah.
Great goal.
And,
He's been fucking mint, I think.
There could have been more.
I don't think it's his fault he's not on the winning side.
Just throw the ball. I don't want to see Eddie Howe. And whether or not he's gained weight.
There's the man who's doing it. I think Ten Hag's probably lost weight since he arrived.
I think he's lost weight and his marbles since he's arrived at Old Trafford. So every single manager we have.
It's only right though, isn't it?
Yeah. They descend into madness.
Even though he's shit at management, I think he's a good guy, Ten Hag.
Fucking hell.
He comes across.
Get rid of the fucking ball.
No.
Jesus Christ.
Last chance. Keep at your nanas. Oh, go on. Pump it in. Pump it in. Don't shoot. Don't shoot, Fabian.
Well done, Martinez.
Well done, go on.
Well
Martin on the halfway line. He has been all
fucking
along.
smashed it there, Marcus, because Hojlund's in.
Nah,
Well, pick him out. Pick him out.
He'll miss.
That's
Oh!
He should have just shot there.
He got to the point where he probably should have just shot, shouldn't he?
should have. He carried it a bit further.
That's it though. Anyway, corner kick.
That's true. That should be the win for United now. Full 100-yard sprint for Rashford and Hojlund there. Rashford just got in a very good position. He should have passed it.
Once
maybe
he's in the
touch
box
before.
there, he's fucking on his left as well.
Yeah.
Oh, never mind, eh?
When did Ericsson come on? I didn't even notice that.
Finally, a bit of fucking intelligence from this team.
What the?
Well done, Scott. Go on then. Go on, Marcus.
Go on, blast out for a goal kick.
Ooh, unlucky. Probably would have gone in that. Come on, ref. Just blow the whistle now. We don't need any extra time just for the sake of it. We've played an extra minute. Let's just blow the whistle.
Yeah. To end it all.
Come on.
End it all.
Hey, well done.
There you go.
3-2, full-time Manchester United win against Newcastle. A game where Newcastle probably could have scored 4 or 5, really, but they didn't, and United did. And I thought, weirdly, even though we gave away a few chances, I thought we did a lot more good things in the game than we have in recent games.
I thought Bruno Fernandes was fantastic tonight. I thought he really was. I thought he did well. Defensively, we were a bit all over the gaff. Let's not pretend. We rode our luck a little bit, but some decent goals, and we looked like we had a plan today that's been missing for most of the season. And it was an entertaining game, to be fair. Bit erratic. A few moments where you're like, what's he doing? Jesus wept. But all in all, a good game. United win. And that's what's been lacking. And hopefully now we can get a win against Brighton and go into this FA Cup final with just a modicum of confidence, because the last 5 or 6 games, whatever it's been, other than Sheffield United, have been difficult, and even the win over Coventry was a fucking shambles. So yeah, I'll take any win we can get, and I'm happy with that one. And I'm happy to see Amad Diallo and Rasmus Hojlund getting on the score sheet, and it's good to see Bruno Fernandes back. And I just hope that injury went off with. I don't think it's that serious, because he seemed like he was happy then. I hope it isn't anything too much to worry about.
Scotty, what did you make of that?
I forgot how bloody good it feels to win.
It's been so long, hasn't it?
Yeah, sorry, Ethan. Newcastle were good, man. I thought they were going to come back in it. They were probably at the breadth of a pubic hair away from equalising, and if that happened, you never know. But we were more clinical than them on the day. I'm not too sure what I learned from the performance, if I'm honest. I think Jay was right in saying that it's erratic, but it's nice to see Martinez get back on the pitch. Hojlund grabbed his goal when he came on. Thought Fernandes was brilliant throughout the game. I was unsure what position he actually played in the end. We were unsure he was going to false 9, but it was all over the show. Diallo on the right-hand side, again, great performance. Just felt a little bit more up front, more fluid and slick with the ball being passed around. the mistakes were there in midfield and defence again, and against probably a better team. No offence, Ethan, we would have been beat again today, but we haven't. We've won, and it's nice to feel like
it's nice, isn't it, Ethan? We've dragged you on here. You've had some wins and losses in the past. It's a bitter loss today, isn't it? Europa League looks out of sight now for Newcastle, fighting for the Europa Conference. Probably could have won the game. What are your thoughts?
I'm just grateful that I've had a little sit down instead of producing, so it's been lovely. It's been great just to be here, Joe.
Has it?
Oh,
you've been a good sport. I've enjoyed having you on. You're all right.
But yes, it's not looking so good for the Europa League anymore. I think it needs to be Bournemouth beating Chelsea and us beating Brentford on the final day, and then it's between the two Uniteds and the big quest for the Conference League.
God,
I wonder which way that'll go.
I don't
Make sure you're here for that one.
Can we avoid it?
Yeah, we can avoid it by losing to Brighton.
Good. To be honest with you, I don't mind the Europa League. I've said it a million times. One of the best nights I've had as a Red was at the Europa League final. But Europa Conference, me and you sat down here the other day. We went through some of the teams that are in it. Fucking hell! I know I'm not exactly the most well-read football expert, but I've never heard of half of them teams. It's like it's difficult getting yourself up for some of them games, isn't it?
Right, that's going to be all from us. We'll be back in a few minutes for the full review, so make sure you stay where you are. You'll be automatically redirected to there. Nerd Immunity left a super chat saying Man United can still lose this. The full-time whistle's blown, and I still believe it. That's how difficult we've been to close out the games. Yeah, exactly. Liam Knight says, I've seen it all. We've won the lot. We're Man United, and we're never going to stop. I mean, it's the first time we've started for a little while, so hopefully we won't stop.
Took us to the 37th game of the season to get going.
Yeah,
but we got there.
Like I said, thank you again to Ethan for coming on. Thank you, Jay.
You've been a good sport.
Thank you, Scotty, for coming on as well. We'll be back in a few minutes for the review. Manchester United 3, Newcastle United 2. We'll see you in a bit.